Means it's time for us to hit record, and we do that in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Core. We talk about video games so that you might want to as well. My name is Scott Johnson. I am here with John Jagger and Beau Schwartz. Good morning, gentlemen. Afternoon.
Good morning, afternoon.
Yeah, it's like 1:30.
Yeah.
Why am I saying that? That don't make any sense.
Good day.
12:31 here, and I think it's the earliest for me.
Yeah, I think it is. And it's 1:31 here. Beau, it would be 3:31?
It is 3:31.
What do you
Right.
What do you do most days at
that's the
3:31 when you're not doing the show? What do you do at that time of day in Canada?
Waking up.
What does a Canadian do at 3:30?
Just waking up at 3? That seems
No, but yeah.
no, but kind of.
It depends. I have a really weird schedule. Sometimes I get up at 5 in the morning at like a normal person, like a normal-ish person.
Sure.
You know,
Normal
and then
people get
sometime-
up at 5?
Well, you go to bed at 9, and 5 is it's 8 hours.
Yeah,
right?
that's
So,
true. 5
like,
a.m.
I
is?
go through stretches of time where I'm like a normal daytime human, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like I match everyone in my life because everyone in my life at this age just gets tired at 9 or 10 and goes to bed for the most part.
You're a day walker.
And then sometimes,
Yeah.
if especially the day after core, like once we talk about a ton of games, and
Yeah.
I'm going to go play some,
Yeah.
I might stay up way too late, like 3 or 4 in the morning,
Jeez.
and then I'm up at noon or later the next day, and then my sleep's screwed.
Yeah.
And then I gotta suffer that way for a few days where my sleep cycle's off. I don't want to go to bed because I'm getting up late, and then I'm like, shit, I gotta fix it. I have to actually be up for something, usually on Tuesdays. So I go to bed early or something like that, and I reset my routine. And yeah.
You basically give yourself a case of jet lag, not on purpose, but that's the net effect, is you give yourself jet lag, right?
I have a real problem with like if I'm just having a good time and it's like bedtime,
Yeah.
I can't.
Is it
A lot
because
of people
when you
are
were a
just like,
kid,
I know I'm not tired, but I'm gonna go to bed because it's gonna ruin my day.
right?
And I'm like, but Nightreign is so much fun. One more run.
Were your
run.
kid? Were your parents like always making you guys hit the sack at the perfect time and like kicking you off stuff and saying nope, bedtime?
Yeah, but I've been like that. Like they were even saying when I was young, like even a baby. You put your baby to sleep. I would never go to sleep. I'd be up till midnight. My parents were like bawling because I wouldn't let them sleep.
Yeah.
Because I've always been a night owl, I guess is the thing. So
Well, it's working for us here on Core. I like it.
yeah, well, a little bit. When we were like, let's do the show earlier in the day,
Yeah.
I was like, sweet, yeah, I'm going to be a responsible adult. Now that we're doing it, I'm like, oh man. Sometimes when I'm on a bad routine, I'm like, oh shit, I got to be up for 3.
Gotta be up for 3. Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
well, this is a mistake.
Yeah,
Not really.
but I get it because
No,
you're
it's-
on like Japan time during those times, right?
It's honestly like my night routine some nights is hilarious. I'll be like, I stay up to like 10, play games, and I'll be like, oops, I stayed up a little later till 12. And then I'll be like, I'm not really that tired now at 12. I'm gonna like hop into like VR and like check out my like video games in VR and see what's going on in the VR world. And I'm like, I'll just be 30 minutes. The battery doesn't last that long. And then I'm there for like 2 hours
Yeah.
doing a virtual tour of Japan or something like that. And then and I'm like,
yeah,
well,
'cause
shit.
they're who's up.
Yeah, they're all awake while you are.
it's like VODs and like interactive the concert apps and stuff, and then like you get in there, you get distracted, right?
Mhm.
It's like being on your phone, except I don't do the phone thing. If you go to bed at 12 and then you're on TikTok for 3 hours and
Yeah.
it's 3 in the morning, like that happens not to me but to people.
Oh,
for sure.
I would argue that is way worse than what you're doing. What you're doing actually gets shit done. You're actually playing cool games. You're learning new stuff. I think.
Yeah, but it's the same principle, right? Like it's good for a healthy human to have a sleep routine.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah.
We should be better at sleeping.
So
I'm
sometimes I
really
feel
bad at
bad.
this.
I'm like,
Very bad at this myself. I should not be playing either the Switch or my game or my Steam Deck at night before bed. I really got to stop doing that because it just stimulates me mentally, visually, to the point where I'm just like,
light.
time to
The
sleep.
light even like triggers your brain to be like, "Hey, it's daytime, buddy." Like
Yeah, it sucks.
even just looking at screens at night is like, according to some people, a very bad idea biologically because we're animals and we evolved to live with the sunlight. So having lights kind of screws our sleep up.
My psychologist sister says bed is for sleep. And then I always go, just to embarrass her, bed is for sex. But she knows what I know what she means. She knows what I mean. It's all good.
That's your
Are you
philosophy,
sure?
Scott. Man, do I have a game for you later in the show.
Oh no, I'm terrified if it involves.
did you play an adult game this week?
John?
No,
Oh.
but it's
No orc massage.
no orc massage.
No
No
pizza,
kaiju princess.
no pizza in the kitchen. None of that.
No pizza in the kitchen. Man, I should make that game because who else is gonna if not me?
I'll bet
I
you
do.
I'll bet you even the name "pizza in the kitchen" is not taken.
I bought my son a shirt that had pizza on it, and I did it because I thought it was funny for me.
I think it is
And
funny.
then he wore it to school, and the lady at his school said, "Oh, that's such a cute shirt. Do you like pizza?" And I was within, as we say here, a bee's dick of saying he owes his life to pizza. And then I knew I'd have to explain it, and I caught myself. I didn't say it anymore.
There would have been
but
follow-up questions.
yeah, it usually. Oh, how so?
Oh, how is that? That's wild. How is pizza so? Well, let me tell you. And then you give her
Let
the
me
real
tell you,
story, and then
sometimes
Well,
when
it's
you
the
order
birds
a
and the
pizza
bees.
during a pandemic, everybody's
birds and the
getting
bees.
food for delivery, and it takes a little.
yeah, I feel like John's just having maturation.
I feel like
in
your
the
teacher
school.
knows that you had sex at some point, in order to make the kid. It's not like you're going to shock them,
People like to
But-
pretend we don't, though.
but maybe like on the level of dad cringe, because you may be evolving into your dad cringe.
Oh yes.
You bought a shirt for your kid that's where you conceived him, and you were like, I don't want to say this publicly. And maybe you were like, oh no, I dad joked my shirt. And
I love it.
The joke was just for me, but then he wears it out in public, and it's for me. My wife knows about it. Unfortunately, the other kids know about it because sometimes my wife puts core on when they're driving home.
Sure.
oh no, I'm so sorry.
So they may be hearing it right this second as we're talking about it.
No, because they're doing their own thing. It's summer break, so they've got far more important things to do than to listen to
Let
this.
Dad talk
That's
about
messed up
pizzas.
that we told your kids how they were conceived. I don't like them at all.
Yeah. That's
I don't
great.
like it at all.
I mean, we tease my oldest. I tease her all the time about where she was conceived, and it's all funny now because she's an adult, legally and in every other way. But when she was 5, she didn't know what that was. I wasn't going to tell her.
Yeah, I can't remember what the show was, but when I was a kid, my parents used to commonly say, "You're making us wish we had watched," and then whatever, like Saint Elsewhere, whatever the show was.
Yeah.
Because apparently that was the big decision. Are we going to watch TV or do something else? And so whenever I was being bad, they're saying, "You're making us wish we had watched."
Watched St. Elsewhere.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I don't even know why I know this. It's an old show, but St. Elsewhere ended, and when it did, it pretended the entire season's worth of show, which is like 4 seasons or whatever, was all a dream
Yeah.
of an autistic kid.
Yeah.
So it might be better they didn't watch it and instead made you.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Would have been really disappointing to them, I think. Well, anyway, that's how we're doing. Let's get into the show here. We got a few things to talk about. I wanted to bring this up real quick because I don't know that we're going to go too deep into it. But this week did have one bit of kind of weird news, and that was Xbox announced a VR headset, which is really just a Meta Quest 3S with Xbox branding on it and packed in Xbox Series controller. And of course, Game Pass and all that stuff. 3 months of Game Pass on the thing. It's a limited time deal, which tells me even more that it's promotional and not like this isn't them lurching into VR. This is them saying, why don't you make one of them headsets for us over there, Meta, and we'll put our name on it, and it'll be a fun little cross promotion. We'll sell a bunch, and people will pay Game Pass on there. But really, it's just the 3S with black paint and a logo and some other stuff. So there's that.
Right.
It might
So
sell a
we were
few, right? Might sell a few of those, Beau.
So this is like the Xbox Everywhere thing, and I feel like
Yep.
I maybe didn't understand what you were saying last week. I think there's some people who commented in the core Discord.
Was the indication of that everybody saying Beau didn't get it, or Scott telling
it
you
was
you didn't get it,
Or that I
7 or 8 times?
overjumped it, or I oversold it. It's all over the place. Everybody's got an opinion on what we talked about last week.
It's
It was
like
a
the
very talked about topic.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, anyways, I I'm sorry if I didn't understand, but like, so how does this fit into your plan if you're helping me to understand?
Okay, so to me, this fits right along the strategy I talked about last week, which is Microsoft's whole goal is not really to get you stoked about any particular hardware. The only difference between this, by the way, and the Asus ROG Ally X thing they're doing is that that's a longer term, more embedded plan, but it's still someone else's hardware with their branding on it. It kind of isn't that different than what they're doing with this VR thing. This is a shorter term thing, and it's limited time, and you can only get so many. But it's sort of along the same lines, and I'm convinced now more than ever after this VR announcement, and really I was with the handheld, that this is Microsoft's way of saying, do we have our own consoles coming out? Yes, we do. We'll tell you about those soon. What's going to be on those consoles? All the stuff we talked about. You can play GOG, you can play Steam, you can do all these things. It's closer to a Windows box than our current stuff. These other things they're doing are just part of, we want you to play us anywhere, and if you feel better playing our games on stuff that kind of looks like we made it, cool, whatever, you can do that if you want. But at the end of the day, they'd love to be on Switch 2. They'd love to be on your microwave if it could play it. They don't care. They just want you to have Game Pass and treat Xbox brand as the place where video games flow and detach that from hardware. It's no longer, in consoles anyway, it's no longer like this, has to be together thing. The way it is with Sony currently or Nintendo currently. Microsoft's pulling away from that. So I think this just further explains that, or further cements that idea that that's their strategy. So yes, it does add to what I was saying last week. And how's that land on you? What do you think there?
Well, it lands fine. I think, I guess what it feels like landed fine.
Yeah, landed just fine.
I guess what it feels like is it's just they're just, so Steam does consoles, right? They have a Steam Deck.
Yeah, they do.
And you can plug it into a TV. Maybe it's not designed for it.
Right.
So maybe Xbox is just copying the Steam model, but has a deeper footprint in the console space. Cause
sort of.
One way it's almost like we're getting out of the console business.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're still making hardware, but if they're getting other people to make the hardware for them, then you're kind of saying we're not in the console business anymore without saying we're not in the console business anymore.
Except the only part about that's a caveat, because I agree with that. That is what they're doing overall. The overall push is that this handheld is not really theirs. It's Asus tech. It's their back end. It's a ROG Ally beefed up.
And now the Quest is not really
The Quest is not theirs at all. They don't have any design in that. They will, though, be launching a next generation Xbox console. This is according to what's her name at their last little presser thing they did, the video, that they have new consoles coming, and what they describe sounds like they'll be standalone boxes under your TV, wherever you want to have them, but they're going to be much closer to how a PC functions. You'll be able to run a lot of software that PCs can run, Discord, OBS, all that stuff. And they will let all these other third-party stores exist in there, Epic, Steam, GOG, all of them. And really at that point, it's just Sony and Nintendo are the only places you won't be able to play Game Pass, essentially. So yeah, they're going to have their thing, but it's no longer the tip of the spear. It's now just kind of we'll make one, so you all have an excuse to go buy an easy box, plug it in, and go, because that's what you're used to. But really, this is the same interface you're going to see on all these other devices, including PC is going to have this interface if you want to run it. They're just kind of getting
involved.
They're getting out of it in a way while staying in it.
But while staying involved with it as you know. I mean, all the game, if you think about it, my PC is a Windows console in the new realm.
Yeah.
All my games run on Windows. Even though, I try to make Windows as invisible as possible in terms of, what it's been doing to me? If I shut down my PC with tabs open in Chrome, and then I open it up the next day or restart, it reopens the tabs I left open, but in Edge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's real. I saw it on YouTube. Alani's Tech Tips, I think, did a video about it, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird." And then it started happening to me.
What the heck is that about? I know they're both Chromium-based browsers, so we know that. That's the open source back end of both of them. But
I feel like this is what I feel like. This is just harebrained, made up stuff. I feel like there's a bunch of people in that Microsoft company that's just doing whatever the hell they want with no oversight. Honestly, no one can tell them it's a bad idea. almost like what Sony was saying about like the antitrust thing or whatever. Like they shouldn't buy ABK; they're going to be everywhere and just do everything. Like I get like they're so arrogant. I guess like I get
They're
so
pretty
irritated
arrogant.
by
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, you're going to definitely want to have us take snapshots of your desktop. You're going to definitely want us. There's this new thing they're doing where they're going to extend Windows 10 support,
Yeah.
but you have to back up your drive to their cloud or
Right.
something like that.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, we'll do things for you, but you need to let us put you over a barrel.
A little bit. Yeah.
And it's like I'm just starting to hate them on principle. Like and just out of spite. Like there's this point where I'm getting to where I'm just like, I'm just not going to use it because I don't like the way they behave. And why? Like it's hard to have another choice than Windows. Like, cause I still feel like I don't really want to deal with,
Well, here's the good news. Linux is not only rapidly becoming viable, but also so my prediction has shifted a little bit to be a little more extreme. I think Microsoft is going to make all of this as available as it can be, Game Pass and otherwise, not just with streaming, but like downloadable, play it, be it either native or through emulation or whatever. But they're going to, like Steam Deck does, they're going to start catering to Linux players. I think they want it everywhere. And I think that there is a bit of that hubris happening there. The hubris on Windows is annoying because it's shit you don't ask for and can't opt out of. And it doesn't feel like the browser thing's weird because they don't actually want you to run Chrome. So them having those tabs open in Chrome. No, wait, sorry, it's the other way around. They're opening in Edge.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then that's weird. That's weird and dastardly. I don't like that at all.
Yeah. And I think it's just a Windows 10 thing. Like they're trying to get people to move off of Windows 10.
So they start making funky shit happen that freaks you out.
And it's like, so like, why would you want to further do business with somebody who's like behaving in such a way, right? Like you're actually disincentivizing when you're like, oh yeah, we'll just like lie to you and mess around with your PC and, like it's an operating system. It's kind of unexciting, man. Just make my PC work, please. Sorry, you're not getting money from me for it. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, John reminded me once again how important it is sometimes to just look at the world like a joke, like the Joker does. Because when you said, when I went to reopen my tabs from Chrome, they all launched in Edge, and he laughed maniacally.
Because it's funny.
It is funny. It's not only
it's incredibly
it's
funny.
really funny, but it's not only just funny, it's the right response. It's easy for us to go, oh, the machines, the companies, the whatnots, and it's all stuff worthy of complaining about. But sometimes you just got to do the Joker, and that's kind of what John did, and I appreciated it.
Oh yeah. No, I mean you got to sit back and laugh. It's not that serious in one sense, but it just
It made
it's
me
just
laugh.
a lot of little things that are adding up. And then so when we talk about, that's why I think I was being obtuse about the Microsoft topic because, I'm kind of strongly, I feel biased against them. Like, I'm just like, oh, Steam and Microsoft, so they're not going to win. They're not taking over. But I mean, clearly they are.
Well, they're just already there. So, oh, you mean on the Game Pass side?
I think we're seeing the shift because they aren't facing a lot of competition on the PC front right now.
Right.
There was a time when getting a Mac and getting on that platform was actually kind of stirring a lot of competition for them. And what do you know? Windows became a lot more user friendly at that time. Like that is where Windows 10 kind of came in.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was kind of this mentality of, oh, we got to put the user experience first. And now there's kind of been this split again. It doesn't feel like so much that Mac and Windows are direct competitors like they were. They're more like, hey, we have our own niches. And there's nothing that's really butting up against them in such a way. And what do you know? Like consumers tend to lose as soon as they get to do, as Beau said, whatever they want. They get away with it. They just kind of run with it. It's like, oh, let's do this. Let's open it in Edge. Maybe they'll be like, oh, there's my tabs. Oh, this browser experience is much better.
It's got Copilot.
I like Edge all along, and I didn't know it.
Default search on Bing?
Somebody had hijacked my browser sooner, I would have switched immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's what happens, and hopefully somebody steps up and holds their feet to the fire, either legally speaking or through competition. And it's the same reason why and I think I may have only said this on Discord, so get ready for the emails and the comments. Same reason why I kind of hoped the Switch 2 would fail. It didn't, so everybody calm down.
Yeah,
but it wasn't because I wanted you all to get a bad console, and it wasn't because I wanted the console to be bad. I wanted it to fail because nothing takes a big company and readjusts their priorities onto the consumer more than something not selling.
Massive losses of revenue. Absolutely.
Like, I will say, the Nintendo 3DS, the Nintendo DS, like that whole line of systems is some of my favorite Nintendo systems in the world. But they only became that way because they had an abysmal start. And Nintendo had to eat a lot of crow and fix a lot of issues, and they made something very consumer focused on the back end of that. And that's what I want Nintendo to have to do, because I feel like they are getting a little consumer unfriendly. I think Microsoft's getting a little consumer unfriendly. A lot of these companies are. And it kind of makes sense because they had this big boost during COVID. And now we're on the other side of that. They got to find ways to make money, to everybody's doing whatever little thing they can do to try and make numbers go up at a time when numbers want to go down. And now I think we need to see the paradigm shift again and start thinking about the people that are actually serving them.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to see. And that's why you will hear me say on this show many times about a lot of big company things, I hope it fails. Because if it fails, they'll fix it.
They'll fix it. They'll get better. Like the Wii U is a great example of that. And Nintendo forgot very quickly that the Switch 2 was a triumphant fix for consumers. And then they lost track of that, and the Switch 2 has got so much draconian bullshit around it. It's like, did you guys forget? Did you need to have another failed console launch to reset your thing?
They still do, because Switch 2 seems to be doing just fine.
It's doing great.
So it's going to keep doing great, and that's fine. That's great for them. It means that they're going to continue to try and get away with a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And eventually we'll find what the limit is for people, and they'll roll it back. I wish it would be sooner than later, but they'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Fair points all around. Well, let's move on to some other stuff going on. Boy, that Death Stranding sure getting... I'll get to the games of July in a sec, but that Death Stranding is sure getting some good early reviews. The charts are insane. Lots of 10s, 9.5s, Game of the Year talk in a year that is already jam-packed with Games of the Year. I don't think this has moved the needle much for John, though. Or has it? I don't want to assume. Has it?
Nightreign, not a Game of the Year, but Death Stranding, somehow Game of the Year.
Well, okay. Nightreign's an expansion, right?
Oh, Nightreign isn't going to get Game.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I know, but it's like, that's how I feel about them. It doesn't change the fact that, I don't subscribe to the majorities always, right?
No, at the end of the year, you're going to get a say on Game of the Year, and I have a feeling that's going to stay at the top for you, right? Like, you're not... Yeah.
It's going to be the only game he played. We're going to get to freaking December, and it's going to be like, Beau, what of the 2 games you played this year is going to be your favorite? Well, the one I played all year long.
I'm committed to my games. I played Heroes of the Storm every day for like 5 years.
It's true. Yeah. He's very committed.
It's who he is.
It's the opposite of me. I'm frilly McNilly over here, and you lock in, right? My reticule's all over the place.
I'm just having a lot of fun. Like, the point is not I'm just playing it because it's good or because I have to. It's just like what is fun to me. This is fun.
Yeah, so you're clearly having a good time, and I love that video you shared with us where there's some fellatio going on in that clip.
Oh, yeah. The dragon fellatio.
Yeah. That made me very uncomfortable. I loved it.
I mean, it was like gross and lowbrow humor, but at the same time, I was laughing my ass off watching it. I'm like,
was it you? Is it a clip of you guys playing, or was it just...
No. I just found it on Reddit.
Oh, okay. Because I played it in the embed, and I didn't bother to look further, but it made me laugh. Yeah. I laughed out loud. My wife's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, I don't think you want to know.
You don't want to know. Yeah.
You're going to be good if you don't hear about this. Well, anyway, Death Stranding 2 is getting killer reviews, and I guess all that talk about it was he was worried it was too good and they had to rework it. That didn't even work to make it less good, apparently, because apparently this thing is really, really good, and I don't know what's great, but people who poo-pooed it and gave it a shit review the first time around, the first game, have gone complete turnaround on this one. They're all raving.
Yeah, so now they're like, he's a genius. He knows when something's too fun. When something's too fun, he turns down the fun, and that makes it even more fun. How does he do it?
Yeah, it is a little weird. Wait,
I told you once the show started to marinate, people's stances on things would change. I told you.
Beau,
Cool as a cucumber. Beau is all turned up, shooting shots at Death Stranding too.
For some reason, just a quick note: you guys switch positions in Zoom, and I think it's because Beau hit what it says here is he put his hand up, and now it won't let me move you guys. Do you know what you did? Oh, there it is.
Does that work?
Yeah, it fixed now.
Oh wait, no, that did something to my camera. Shit.
Does putting your hand up do something?
Yeah. Did I put my hand up? So,
I don't know what it did.
Even...
Beau, John's camera zoomed out.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah, did it? Beau raised his hand. Turn that shit off, Zoom. What is this bullshit?
That's Zoom.
Excuse me, I have a question. Zoom. Zoom, I have a question. It's John's turn.
How do you? Oh my gosh, Zoom! Don't add features and not tell me how to turn them off.
This is why I'm pissy at Microsoft. Okay, y'all are laughing at me, being like, "What a spicy boy!"
Yeah,
like look at these software companies.
Dicking with the system.
Let me just add it while I'm on my old man shit now.
It literally changes your position.
Discord,
That's so annoying.
Discord has all kinds of options. Now they added this stupid tag, so now you have 15. You have a color of your name. You got a profile picture. You got a piece of shit on your profile picture. You got a banner top, and now you get a little tag. Like,
can't we just make something cool?
We don't need new features anymore, okay?
Have it do the basic thing it does really well. All this other nonsense.
If software developers
But
made cars would have like
stuff.
15 wheels on them by now.
Well, I think so. John, do me a favor. Hold just your one hand up. I want to see what happens. Whoops.
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm mad.
So all that did was zoom
zoomed
you
out
out.
my camera.
All right.
My camera's like, hello.
So your
How
camera,
do I zoom you back?
maybe your camera has a setting, your specific camera. You and I both have the 360. Maybe that thing has a raise your hand option that I turned off on mine. In Beau's case, it's turning on Zoom shit that I should be able to disable. This is and there's an AI companion that can't tell me anything. Good job, Zoom. You guys are killing it. Dumbasses. All right. Well, what the hell were we talking about? Oh yeah, let's get to Death Stranding.
Beau was telling us why Death Stranding is as bad.
Right. Oh no, you were saying because I was saying people were screaming Game of the Year, and you're saying not Nightreign. And
Sorry.
It's totally fine. It's totally fine.
Sorry.
I just have a feeling this game is probably pretty good. I still don't feel compelled to spend $80 on a new PlayStation game.
It's a $20 game.
I'm gonna wait until it's either on PC or on sale. And maybe that's dumb. Maybe I should play it now. I don't know.
Well, it gives you plenty of time to play the first one.
Do I want to though? Because all the people reviewing it are saying I really didn't like that first one, but this second one, I'm like, really?
Did they really change that much? I don't. That's the thing is I don't know. This is a question to the universe. I'm not making that as a statement. I don't know. I played an hour of the first one, and whenever it was a cutscene, I was happy, and whenever I was playing it, I was unhappy. That's what I can tell you of my hour of Death Stranding.
Sure.
And so I don't know. I don't find Norman Reedus and his fetus that compelling.
Oh, sorry, wait a minute.
Norman Reedus and his fetus? That's awesome.
That is amazing. Has that not been said out loud before?
That has to have been said. That has to have been
Norman Reedus and his fetus.
If Norman Reedus and his fetus went to the khaki store to make them pleatus, I don't know.
Oh, did you find?
No, there's no way that hasn't been said.
It has to be.
I did not invent that. We've had years. When did Death Stranding come out? I can't be the first person that thought Reedus sounds like fetus.
Okay, John, listen to this quote.
You're right.
Here's this quote from the Daily Star. It's possible Hideo Kojima's this is his magnum opus, and it'll long be that. It'll be a long time before I stop thinking about it. Okay, there's one. Here's another one. Another 100%er.
Yeah.
Death Stranding 2 is the encapsulation of Kojima's ambition to marry films and games into a seamless experience. For the first time, it's not just him emulating the cinema he adores. Instead, it is him directing a vast, emotionally charged epic. And they go on. No one's giving this a bad review.
Well, I mean, hey, maybe we will get to it at some point. I'm not gonna play it on PlayStation. I just know I'm not.
I don't think I am
finished
either.
playing Stellar Blade on PC, and I had a wonderful time on it. And that game was sitting back here on this PlayStation months before then, and I never played it. I'm not doing it again. I'm learning my lesson. I am not buying Death Stranding 2 until it is on PC. That gives me plenty of time to play the first one if I decide I'm interested.
Well,
that's how I feel about it.
I don't. I think I'm in the same boat. Well, I'm certainly not going to buy it twice, and I'm happy to hear you're not going to. But I do wish. I mean, why we got to have this window? I know what they do because Sony made a deal. But I wish they wouldn't do these deals. Just put it out on everything. Like, there's a place I'm in with Microsoft. Put it on everything right away, whether it's Microsoft or not. Just everybody, just release your damn games wherever they can be played. Enough of this timed exclusive bullshit. I hate it. We should be done with this. And I know it's money, and Sony says, here's a big truck of money. Would you like that money? And he says, why, yes, I would like that money, says Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
And all my friends I take out to dinner will love it. They'll love all this money I have.
It's a big part of Sony's, like, so I was trying to help Beau out. I didn't know how genuine, I'll show you guys this.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know how genuine his, questions about your idea of Microsoft was.
Yeah.
So I drew a little picture in Paint.
Oh, let me see.
I wasn't trying to be...
Huh?
Share
I
it.
wasn't trying to be disingenuous, but this is what I drew.
Oh,
Because
I like this.
This is what I think Xbox is
Discord.
doing, right?
Yeah.
So the idea is that Sony has its own walled garden, right? Nintendo has its own walled garden.
Right.
Steam has sort of a walled garden, but you can play Steam games other places. Same with GOG, same with Epic.
Right.
So I drew little holes in the wall, right?
They're porous. I got it.
Xbox's strategy is to build their walled garden around everything. Now, you can still be walled off from them. It's not like Sony has Game Pass on it, right? Nintendo doesn't have Game Pass on it. Microsoft would love for them to, but they don't. So they can still exist as their own little walled garden, but Xbox is saying hey, we can be anywhere. We will send our games everywhere, and in a lot of cases, those games can then be playable in return back on our system. That'll be the case with Steam, GOG, Epic. It's probably not going to be the case with Sony and Nintendo because they don't have to, and because a big part of what their success is still those exclusives. Microsoft was losing in the console building business. They were always running third place to Sony and Nintendo. Even the 360 generation, which was arguably their best generation, it was a tighter race, and I believe they were still considered behind Nintendo at times. Even that was a tighter race than you would expect. So what they decided to do is draw a penis on my picture.
Sorry, I didn't think you'd notice right away.
No, I noticed immediately.
Oh my God, Scott.
I was going to ask you, what does this penis have to do with the strategy?
No, I caught it immediately.
All
You
right.
can't sneak a penis past me.
No.
Yeah, no.
So I think Sony, if they tried to all of a sudden go completely open platform,
Yeah.
right? Just we're going to put everything everywhere. For Microsoft, that works for them. When you're in third place, all of a sudden having a bunch of additional revenue that you can make through Sony, through Nintendo, through Steam, through Epic, that's a huge bonus. That isn't going to help Sony. That's only going to hurt Sony. So I think the reason we're seeing the PC is because they are making money on PC. But I don't think they're ready yet to just open the gates and be like, no, put our stuff everywhere. I don't think it benefits them at this stage.
I think it does benefit them, though, to be this stuff they are doing. It's like VR headsets on the Microsoft side. VR headsets, handheld. They're not even really ours, but who cares? Xbox everywhere. I think this is just a thing they can do cheaply. And it's hearts and minds kind of stuff. I don't know if it'll work. Like I said last week, I'm not sure them taking their shot is going to work. It may. It may not. I don't know. But I still think that's what the shot is. I still think that's what they're doing. And Sony kind of wants to see how this goes. Nintendo, I think, is just like, whatever, man. We're over here making Donkey Kong shit. They
Nintendo's like, whatever. $90 for our games, please. Oh, you're gonna pay it? Sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was gonna work this time, but it worked.
But it works. What I would really like, and I don't know if Steam will allow this, but I would love a Steam built-in, a native Steam Game Pass app. That has not happened yet, and I don't understand why, because it's on everything else, including this damn VR headset. Bring Game Pass to Steam so I can just run that shit through my... I know you can go a hackery way of log into Linux and change a bunch of stuff and run some scripts. I know I can do that. I don't want to do that. I want to have a native thing that just freaking runs. but Valve and Microsoft, they don't have the best history.
No, I think Gabe Newell feels about Microsoft the way Beau feels about Microsoft.
Yeah, probably right. And you both have long hair too.
I think
beards.
I think they come towards him. He pulls out some knives and goes, "What you want?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Beau and Gabe are very similar human beings. Yeah, in lots of ways, without the billions of dollars on your side, but still.
Or
pretty
not.
close.
Yeah. We have like a gulf of like money between us. But apart from that,
same guy. You may as well just be the same guy.
Yeah, might as well be Beau Newell or
Yep.
Gabe Schwartz.
Beau Newell. I like that. Gabe Schwartz is even better. I like that even better. All right. So there's that. What else? Death Stranding. Good job. Oh, Beau, this is just for you. Pal World added fishing. So
fantastic.
Yep.
Good job, guys.
Yep.
You nailed game development.
Yep. They did it.
Slam.
They did what you've been waiting for. Actually, I'm kind of not that I have the game now. I just haven't played it because I don't know. I'm kind of in this mode of let's wait for 1.0, but Pal World's taking forever. So maybe I should just get in there and see how fishing works and stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, just fish.
Yeah, let's go fishing. Why not? Let's get a little fish done. I'm keeping this penis drawing, by the way. It's going to hang on to that for a while.
Yeah, in case you need it.
Yeah, you never know. Let's talk about the games of July. We like talking about upcoming stuff, and July has a bunch of games coming out. Mecha Break is number 1 on here, and it's actually the one I'm maybe, at least, I won't say I'm the most excited about. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm excited about this.
You're trying to gauge where your excitement level is.
Yeah, because there's mechs, and you fight with mechs.
It's true.
And it looks like it plays a bit like the FromSoft games without the ridiculous level of difficulty.
Yeah. Trixler was posting a lot and raving about it
a
while ago.
Seems neat. Don't you think?
Do
you like mech games?
Yeah.
I liked the FromSoft mech game.
Whoops.
It wasn't that hard.
Sorry, this image is still up. Yeah, I know. You did really well with that game. I bounced too early. I'll go back, but I love the concept of just nimble mechs, like mechs that aren't just have to be. I like BattleTech. Don't get me wrong, but just that lumbering around thing. I like the alternative sometimes, where I'm sliding on ice and doing acrobatic bullshit, kind of anime style, mech stuff. And it looks like this is along those lines. So that's coming soon. Harvest Moon Lost Valley. Harvest Moon fans are excited about that. I don't think I care too much. The Devolver Digital game Micropunk. This seems neat. Shooter.
I'm pretty sure, isn't this the game that they were taking shots at Borderlands over?
Yeah, I think so.
Borderlands.
Because it is like a 4-player, it's highly custom. Well, let's see. They say it here. Let's see. Break the mold. Slaughter hordes of enemies. They corrupt and weaponize the planet's technology against you. It's supposed to be really customizable, how you kind of load yourself out. I don't know what that means, but...
Oh, yeah, it is the one they tweeted about. They said you're going to be able to buy Micropunk for you and 3 of your friends for the price of 1 copy of Borderlands 4.
That's right. It's a nice shot.
Said.
I like those guys.
Devolver Digital loves to stir the pot.
One of my games today is a Devolver game that I'm going to talk about.
Nice.
Yeah, I like them. Let's see. What else we got up there?
It has a good look to it. I actually do think this looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 come out. I've already got this ready to load.
I've already got it because it was gifted.
Oh, that's right. These were gifted by Poppin' Fresh, I think.
I'll tell you who did it because I keep track of it. Poppin'
Fresh. Yeah, I'm very grateful for that. Can't wait to play it. I'm actually very excited because my real Tony Hawk game, the one I really fell in love with, was not 1 or 2, but 3 on the GameCube. 3
was my introduction to it as well.
I don't have any memory of 4. I don't think I played it.
I don't think I played 4. I played 3 and then I went back to 1. I think I've only ever played 3 and 1.
Did you play any of the Underground games? I like those.
No.
Those
I think I was pretty much done after 3. I was like, man, these games are awesome, and then I never played them ever again.
Oh, dang. Anyway, that's coming. So watch for that. It's not the same dev as did 1 and 2 conversion. They got sucked up by Blizzard.
Yeah,
So
it's somebody else.
We'll see if they did a good job or not. Patapon 1 and 2 replay coming to Switch, PS5, and PC.
It's kind of interesting. So Patapon 1 and 2 replay is coming out, and that Ratatan game that Beau was so
Rat-tat-tat-tat-tan.
yeah,
This is it.
that also comes out this month. So it's a good month for things called Patapon and Ratatan.
That reminds me, I captured Beau saying that. Where did I put it? Hold on.
Rat-tat-tat-tat-tan, tat-tat-tan.
Did I write it down? Did I keep it? I think I did. Yeah, this is it. Here's Beau last time.
That's awful.
Oh, man.
It's terrible.
I love it, though. Don't ever change. I mean, whatever.
It's almost like a character I would do for Dungeons and Dragons or something.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right, Eden Zero. I don't know what this is. This is some kind of Japanese conversion thing that some fans are going to know all about, but I don't know what this is. It seems kind of cool, though. Look at this, very anime. A lot of people going, I mean, it's a lot of that, right?
Yep, that's all it is. An entire culture summed up in a sentence.
Let's see. Is it based on like a popular manga or something? Something like that.
I don't know. I don't know anything about this one.
All right. Someone told me Eden Zero was supposed to be neat and to keep your eye on it. So we'll see if that is the case or not. We also have, let's skip down here a little bit. What was Ready or Not? I don't remember that. What's that? Ready or Not? That sounds like a...
Ready or Not.
Oh, it's modern military stuff. Forget it. Nobody here really plays with it. I mean, they're fine. They're fine.
Nobody gives a shit.
A standalone expansion to Robocop Rogue City Unfinished Business is coming out.
I liked that game.
Me too, dude.
Surprisingly, in spite of it, and sometimes in spite of itself, because there were times when I was playing that game, I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I still really liked it when it was all said and done, and I will probably check this out.
Yeah, big fan of that first one. They got the fighting or the combat so right. Some of the cutscenes and things are a little on the jank side, but that game's cool.
I told you, sometimes it was the best looking video game I had ever seen, and sometimes it was a game from like 3 generations ago. It was really inconsistent.
Yeah.
But
No doubt about it. But it's, finally coming out. Donkey Kong Bonanza, we talked about that a lot last
the
week.
game that if I end up with a Switch,
Yeah.
whether that is this month, probably not. I'm broke. I bought Magic cards. Fuck me.
Oh.
But
can't wait to
whether
hear.
it's this month or later in the year, and everybody goes, John's such a hypocrite. He bought a Switch too. He was talking. He wanted it to fail, and then he bought it. This is the game you have to thank for it. I want this game so badly.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
This is the game that's doing it. So if it happens, you can all thank Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong, this Donkey Kong game coming out on my birthday. So that is how I have justified
Look at that.
that I will buy it that day.
It's like it was meant to be.
Yeah, that's what they say. It does look awesome. So we talked about it a lot last week. We don't have to talk about it more, but that game looks rad. Let's see. Oh, Beau's got another high chase car.
Sorry.
Oh, it's because your window's up. You're fine. You leave it open. I don't want you to get
No,
hot.
I close it down. It's like there's a guy with the turny back truck thing driving around the neighborhood.
The turny back. What do you call that? I know what you mean.
Yeah,
That thing.
Cement mixer?
that's it. Yeah,
That's what he meant.
there's a proper name for that though, isn't there? Like,
I think it's just cement truck, isn't it?
Yeah, like a cement truck driving around.
But you guys might call it something different. You guys probably call
cement
it
truck, something.
asphalt.
Yeah,
Asphalt turner. I don't know.
I saw him in the neighborhood earlier. He almost ran me over. That's
Really?
why. I just looked out the window. I'm like, oh, he's still driving around. Him and his noisy truck. It
sounds
he
like
was
a-
very nice.
It sounds like a
He was
wrestler.
like, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, he did say he was sorry.
I'm
Okay.
sorry I nearly killed you.
It sounds like a wrestler. Asphalt turner sounds like a guy that would enter the ring.
That's a special move.
The asphalt turner.
You don't want to get the asphalt turner. You're going to regret. You're going to regret getting your asphalt turned.
Yeah, he shouldn't even join the WFE or whatever they are now. What are they now?
The WFE.
No,
You
that's
got
not it.
World friggin' Entertainment.
What is it? Hold on.
W.
Wrestling.
I've now given you the first 2 letters. You just have to get the last one.
WF.
Nope.
Nope.
Not anymore.
W something
That's
F.
the World Wildlife Foundation.
Oh,
Not
WWF is what it used to be. Now it's
Yeah.
WWE.
Yes.
Okay. Phew. I'm not a big wrestling fan, chat. Sorry. Take out your anger somewhere else.
We should get Scott to a wrestling event at some point.
I would probably go. Someone said, hey, here are some tickets. I can't use them. I would probably go. That would be fun.
Do you think it would convert you, or do you think you would just have a good time?
Oh, I think I'd have a great time. Here's the thing. I know that if, as a kid, I had been properly introduced to it and it wasn't just this side thing I heard about, I think I would be way into it because I was coming of age at the perfect time. This when this stuff was popping off, and I should have been there, but I wasn't there. And instead I was on the camp that I don't even know why we were this way, but we would make fun of kids who liked wrestling because we knew it was fake and they thought it was real. So there was this whole dumb thing. It's so dumb. If I could go back in time, I think I would have jumped into that fandom, and it wouldn't have been just relegated to a couple of video games I played, because that's all I really did with wrestling. But was wrestling a big pull for you growing up, or what's the
Yeah, I mean, everyone was kind of into it, and yeah, we watched lots of wrestling.
Yeah,
but you know, at a certain point, it was never like actually, that's not true. I think I had a phase because I remember I had the Hulkamania workout kit.
Oh my goodness!
Tell us more. What's in that?
It had like weights and a bandana. No, I was actually into it. Now that I remember it, as like a 10-year-old or whatever, I had the Hulk, and it had a cassette tape, and the Hulk Hogan recorded himself giving workout advice. And you do the workout according to the plan in the book, right?
Listen to me, brother. You got to do more pull-ups if you want to be a Hulkamaniac.
Yeah,
exactly. And you got a bandana, and you know, he talked about was it 34-inch pythons, I think?
Yeah,
right?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the exact number, but yeah, it's a big number of pythons.
Yeah.
There was an era for sure where it was, you know, a big deal, right?
Yeah.
But
it just missed me somehow. I don't know. Bums me out.
It's had waves. I've come and gone on wrestling. Like when I was a kid, it was Saturday morning cartoons. I mean, as far as I knew, like a G.I. Joe character was literally on wrestling. It's like Sergeant Slaughter, he's right there.
Oh, instead of the other way around.
Yeah, yeah, and so you know, it was Saturday morning cartoons. They were cartoon characters to me, and then you kind of grow up, you kind of get out of the, you know, cartoon phase to a degree, and then it was all about Mortal Kombat.
This was it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
you found it, Beau? Did you find it?
I verbally ejaculated. I'm sorry.
He found it. He found his product. Let's see it.
There's your picture. That's what I had when I was a kid.
I would much rather.
Oh my gosh! Look at that. That is exactly what I pictured in my head too.
I remember
amazing.
all of this because it's like it has the dumbbell, it has the headband, and it has the grip.
Yep, the grippy
and I
thing.
was that little boy in the box there.
Oh, let's see that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like how Terry Bellucci is holding on to that kid.
He's guiding him through it. There was a cassette too, though. I'm pretty sure.
Look at the guns.
Maybe that
on
was
that
a separate product.
But wait, that's not a real signature. That was on all of them, right? Like his digital.
Yeah. It's just
or photo. Yeah.
I mean, it's literally just a poster paper. Like, think about what they charge for this, and it's just like a dumbbell vice grips and, you know, paper.
Do any of these little illustrations teach you how to have sex with your best friend and have it filmed in the black and white?
No, he left that one out of the set.
Oh, weird! I can't imagine why you would not do that.
Okay, yeah. So I had the one with the audio. I guess the one with the audio tape is a little more special because that one doesn't seem to have a picture of an audio tape on it.
He would talk to you? Yeah, there's no audio tape that I can see.
No, it's on the box. Like you can see a picture of it on the box.
Oh, is it on the box?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you're right. Up in the corner here. Hold on.
It did have a tape. Yeah.
Cool, there. Cool. Yeah. So what was the tape like? Hey, brother, you need to work out, brother.
Yeah. It's got a jump rope.
So when I think it definitely, I don't know if it was around when you were like 10, Scott, because we were a little bit of difference in age.
Yeah.
But there used to be like reading books. I'm sure they still make them now, where you get a book and there'd be a cassette recording of what's in the book.
Oh, right, yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
like that was a pretty common toy for me to get. Like I had a Transformers one where you'd read the Transformers kid book and there'd be audio of what was going on.
Yeah.
Man,
I had the first thing I had that was like that was Teddy Ruxpin, and then the second thing I had there was a robot called 2XL. And you would put cassettes in him, and he would ask you quizzes, and he had little buttons on the front, and he'd ask you trivia and whatnot.
I don't remember 2XL, but cassettes were a big thing with purchases, and you had your own little kids tape player, right? You know, you'd have a little tape player. to play all your tapes. That was the sad part that ended up happening. So I like to record things, right? I think you, Scott, mentioned this before that you like to record.
Loved
things.
it. Oh yeah.
But I used to sit in the stairs hiding when my parents argued and record them like arguing for as evidence.
Do you still have it?
And
do you still have those tapes? No. Okay.
That's 2XL. He was amazing.
Let me see. I recorded everything too, although I didn't really have a lot of arguments in the house. But let's see. Oh my gosh, you had this guy?
Oh, this looks familiar. I didn't have this,
Yeah.
but I think I've seen it in like a consumer's direct catalog.
Yeah, I've seen this somewhere before.
Yeah, this thing was awesome. So he came with a bunch of tapes, and you would pick like a cassette tape, and it would be like monster trivia. You'd put it in, and he'd be like, "Welcome to the cassette about monsters," and which monster turns into a creature under the light of a full moon. Press A for Dracula. Press B for a werewolf.
And he was taught. It was like the robot was talking to you. Was the idea? Right?
And would
Yeah.
and he would confirm if your answer was right or not?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's a pretty fancy toy.
yeah, that's fancy.
It was a very fancy toy. His eyes lit up, his mouth lit up.
Look at that. Yes, no, true, false, and it would like probably jump around depending on your answer.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, actually.
That thing was awesome. I loved 2XL. He was great.
Maybe this.
Man, I miss this era of robots. Now they just like kill people.
Now they're too smart. Yeah. I like that they used to do one dumb thing, and that was it. That's all they did.
It was just a fun toy gimmick. Here you go. Here's a
Sorry,
toy robot.
sorry to listeners. It was a very visual thing, but it's this little robot guy. Go look him up.
Yeah, Google it up. 2XL.
2XL.
It's great. It's
Worth the
great.
look.
Yeah, it's like
I miss the era of toys where they seemed magical. Like 2XL was one of those where it was like, how does this work? This blows my mind. The other one was, did you guys ever have the for like the Star Trek action figures, the transporter room?
I'm trying to remember. Was it like an actual little?
It was a like self-enclosed little disc or like little
They had little discs
room. But it was all self-enclosed, and you put your figure in there.
Yeah.
And you'd push a button and you'd move a lever, and you would literally watch through the window as the character disappeared. Like it would actually
Weird.
flip and disappear. It was crazy. I'm see if we find footage.
Yeah, find that.
Because it's
This is look. We're doing a little retro game or a little retro toy segment here on the show. Nothing wrong with that.
Why, somebody complain?
No, I just
No.
they love this stuff.
I know.
So
We're normally a gaming show, but like, man, we love talking about this.
I'll
nerdy
show
shit.
you a
Yeah,
picture of it
whatever.
first,
This
so
is
you
all
can
part of it.
show the picture.
all right. Let's see what you got here. Pull it up.
This toy was like magic.
Oh,
to me. Let me
you know
see if I
what?
can find.
I might have had this. This is very familiar to me. It looks like a
God.
blender sort of thing. And yeah,
I was gonna say
you're right.
You're
You'd
amazing.
put them in. It's TNG themed, right? Yeah, because it's got the L cars thing. You put them in there, and then this thing would turn, right? And when you opened it, it looked like he was there, but now he's not there.
Yeah, okay, I found a video of it. Now, this one, it looks like maybe this version of the toy has seen better days, because when he puts them in it, like, the character already seems semi-translucent,
Let's see.
which is not how it looked back in the day, but that could just be the recording. But yeah, this will show the transporting of them.
So he's
and like,
got,
Oh my!
I had
God.
these. I still have these 3 action figures. These 3 guys. I have that. I have although the what's his name in the back there, Riker. He got chewed up by my dog. Other than that, he's a little banged up. Oh, see, look at that. It goes, "Zzz," and then it rotates out. You can't see it do that, and then it zooms. Oh wait, it's still there though. Did
This
they?
guy's showing. I think.
no, it
what's
doesn't
happening.
rotate. It uses lights and mirrors.
Oh, I thought it rotated.
No, it's all light and mirrors. It doesn't move at all. So your figure's exactly how it was.
That's
it's
awesome.
crazy. It's like this was a cool toy they gave to people, and it's like this thing's freaking magic, and they just don't make cool stuff like this anymore.
No, it doesn't feel like it. They try to, but they try to add too much stuff. And it's also too expensive. You could go buy one of these for $29 at Toys R Us or something like that. Anyway, well, that's a fun walk back. Let's walk forward now to another game in July, Neon Abyss 2. I know John and I played this. This is a roguelike series that I really liked the first game. I think this actually was a bit of a surprise. I didn't know they were working on a second one. But it's a fun roguelike. If you're sick of those, I get it. But this one seemed to be a little different, a little cyberpunky. Had some neat ideas going on. Neon Abyss 2 coming your way.
Yeah.
And then the other two big ones in my mind are Wildgate. Beau played this, says nice things about it. Seems like this is going to be a bit of a hit, I hope.
This will be fun with friends. Hopefully, I don't know. It'd be great to get a game or two with you guys.
I would love to play this one with you. This seems like, we got ex-Blizzard people. It's Dreamhaven business. It's, the kind of, even though it kind of is an extraction shooter, it sounds like it's a lot. There's a lot going on here that it separates it. So, John, I don't think you'll hate it as much as it sounds like you would if it's an extraction shooter. I don't know. But that's coming to PC, consoles, and that's all. And then Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which may seem like a small game to some, but I love the 2D Ninja Gaiden games from way back in the day. This is the guys from the Blasphemous team making a side-scrolling new attempt to make a rad new Ninja Gaiden, and I've been excited about this since we first saw the video for it.
Yeah, I think this looks cool. I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
for sure.
That on.
The only other ones I'd maybe mention is Super Mario Party Jamboree, because people get excited about those, I guess. So I'll mention it so we don't get comments.
Sure.
And Grounded 2.
I forgot. Grounded 2 launching into early access, but yes, still July, which was kind of surprising. It was that fast. And then Ratatan, which we kind of referenced earlier. That's happening. So Beau can get excited about Ratatan.
Kind of a quieter month, it seems like. Was there anything else on the list that jumped out?
Not really. I mean, there's
just that, really.
There's other
Death
stuff.
Stranding's a big release, as much as we can, be how I'm going to be. It's a big release.
Well, technically, that's still happening in the month of June, right? Right?
Oh, we're talking
that's
June.
already out. Yeah.
Oh, we're talking July. Excuse me.
Yeah. August.
What about
August? You got a bunch of new shit.
I mean, this is so I'm just looking at a list here. Just a couple. So Shadow Labyrinth is the Pac-Man remake. Oh, that's just on other console. Wait, I thought that already came out. That was from the.
No, that's still not out. But it's from. You're right. It's from Secret Level. It's that weird
it's Pac-Man game.
Yeah. And then there was one.
I don't think I'll play it. I don't know. Ninja Gaiden. I think Ragebound looks awesome, but I don't know about. I don't know about this one. And the other one. Well, Donkey Kong. We obviously. Is that we know about that?
Yeah, we know all about that.
But the other one was the
that.
Neverwinter Nights 2 remake. Any interest in that? It didn't look that impressive.
I remember really liking this game, but I don't know.
I remember thinking that Neverwinter Nights 2 was not nearly as cool as Neverwinter Nights 1, and that was back when it came out, so I have a bias about it. So I guess I'll need to be told. Because it was a different developer even, and it may have even been Obsidian, who I love. But I think someone took it over, and I just didn't think it felt as good as the first one. But I could be converted because I do like that series. Certainly the first game.
This is one of those ones where it's like it's an enhanced. Oh, it's an enhanced edition. Okay, it's not
a full.
It's not like a remake where they're like, "Here you go, Unreal Engine metahumans for your guys." It's like we upres the textures and enjoy the game.
Yeah.
And that's nice and all, but
that's what they did with Neverwinter 1, I guess, right?
I mean, maybe the game's that good. I know there's a lot of custom campaigns. Am I crackly? I got a crackly alert in the...
Oh, a little bit.
A little bit.
I don't know what that is. It sounds like your cable again. Something being weird.
All right, I play with my cable.
Shake the cable.
How did that go?
That's better. I don't hear it now.
I'm more professional. Great. All right, sorry, everybody.
Still a little crackly.
Is there a little crackly? Talk some more,
Yeah.
Beau. Say some more words.
I can hear it.
Crackle, crackle, crackle. I'm crackling my crackle.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell. Maybe it's a little better.
I just assumed I was the only one who could hear it, but if Stream is hearing it, then
I definitely heard it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll do some troubleshooting.
Oh, wait. Nope, it's gone.
Is it? Say some more stuff, Beau.
Say some more stuff.
Oh, a little bit.
back.
Tiny little bit back, yeah.
It's like when he peaks. Like when he was kind
maybe
of
I'm too
neutral,
loud?
it was fine.
Maybe.
How about
but-
now? How about
yeah.
I turned down my gain? How about now?
You sound better. Say some more.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm here.
That works.
What's going on?
That did it.
So my gain is up pretty high.
Yeah. I think you're better
okay.
now.
I turned my gain down. Maybe I'm just peeking. It's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're always peeking into windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always peeking in the toilet. So.
Oh. All right.
Yeah. Anyways, what was I saying? Okay. Yeah. So maybe I'm skipping Neverwinter Nights 2. It's just I don't have a good fond memory of the game. Like 'cause I haven't played the original, so I don't care and nothing about this.
The original also had an enhanced edition released, and it was fine. It just didn't change much. So
yeah.
I just don't know if it's enough. The thing that was cool about the first game is there was these cool tools where you could basically make your own world and your own quests and really go nuts with it. And I don't know that 2 had as much of that. Maybe it did. I don't know. I don't remember enough about 2, but I love that first game. All right. Well, there's your look at a brief look at what's coming up in July. Hey, when we come back, we've got a whole bunch of your messages. All right. Oh wait, we're not. It's not the break yet. What am I doing?
We're not even.
Sorry,
We're not even close.
The doc is screwing me up. All right, now we're not probably going to read all of these for time because I have to make the studio available to my sister at some point in the afternoon. But we're going to read a bunch of these. So if we don't get to your message, don't worry. We will at some point. I'm holding on to all of them.
Hang on. Proposal time. What if we took the break now? I don't have a lot for games. So
do you want to pee?
Like, what time's your heart out? 3 hours?
I have. It needs to be before. It needs to be around 5 my time. Currently, anything before that. So right now it's 2:31. We're usually done by then.
Yeah, we should be good.
We should be fine.
I was gonna say I don't like because I can sacrifice my section. I've been playing the same game.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break?
Let's do it.
Then we do what we played.
Yeah.
And then we do as many of these questions as we feel appropriate and then call it.
I like it.
That's why John's the smartest of the three of us.
Yeah. He just looks at it. He sees his options.
Right there.
Yep.
He made a brilliant suggestion.
He strands the death. No, wait.
Yeah. I'm always Death Stranding.
Makes sense at all.
For sure.
Anyway, we'll see how that all goes. It should be fine. Hey, thanks, everybody. We'll be back in a minute. Stay tuned. Hey, everybody, we're back. We're back from the break. Oh, I'm going to show you guys something. Wow, this is why it took me a little longer than usual, about a minute longer, is look what showed up in the mail for me today. Ooh.
Whoa, Daggerheart.
Daggerheart. That's right. Daggerheart has arrived. I think this means we're going to all end up with this, and I think it means we're going to have to at least one-off this at the very least, right?
Are we going to one-off a Daggerheart?
That would be pretty cool.
I think we should. I think we should get Kyle and Kristen and do like a monthly one-off and do it in the Daggerheart thing.
I think that's a good idea.
Just to, we got to learn it. We got to figure out what's up. I know we talked about how these cards are a little different. Beau had some thoughts and opinions, and we're going to find out more as we figure the hell out when we'll do that. I don't know when, but there it is. I'm excited to open that up. All right. Well, that's that. Let's get into these questions. I'm going to go ahead and call it this today.
That's a good question.
Because news was a little light, even though we're...
Wait, I thought we were going to do what we played.
Oh, you're right. We're doing what we played first.
And then first we were going to do a Dear Martha.
It's all about this order here.
Let's roll it back. Let's do a Dear Martha.
Yeah. And then this other shit. You know what? Let's start over. Just kidding. I'm going to just move this down.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Core.
Welcome to Core.
We're back.
We never left, really. We're here for you. Well, we will never not be for you. And this isn't working. Hold on. Why? Well, okay. Well, that's why we won't move it, because it's actually hard to move in this sheet. So we're not going to worry about it. Hey, let's do the Dear Martha. Screw what I said earlier. You know that Ken Burns song that sounds like this? Well, good, because that's the one we're going to use today. John, explain the rules and what we're doing before I play it.
Hey, everybody. We're back to Find the Flaw. I wrote a letter. This week is really hard.
Okay.
Sort of.
Okay.
This week is mean. So I kind of feel like I owe you guys an apology for this week, but here's what's going to happen. I'm going to read a Dear Martha letter. Somewhere in this Martha letter, there is a bit of incorrect information, and it is Scott and Beau, and for you at home, your job to find the flaw in the letter. And the first person to point out what it is wins and gets a point. We've done this for many weeks, and so far, Beau has accumulated 1.5 points.
Yeah.
So it's going extremely well.
Small when you put it that way.
Raking it in. Yeah.
A whole ass 1.5 points.
Yeah.
Yep. So here we go,
All right.
Scott. I'm ready when you are.
Here we go.
My dearest Martha, I'm feeling particularly villainous today. So let's make this letter really deceptively difficult. So let's get into the naming conventions of the Final Fantasy titles.
Oh, I'm dead.
As we all know, Final Fantasy VII was the start of proper chronological naming for the series going forward in America, as 7 was followed by 8, which was followed by 9, which was followed by 10, and so on. This is naturally not the area people have any issues. because the real problem starts with American Final Fantasy II, which was Japanese Final Fantasy IV for the Super Nintendo and not Japanese Final Fantasy II for the NES. This is further complicated by the fact that Japanese Final Fantasy IV was supposed to be Japanese Final Fantasy V, but got changed when the NES Final Fantasy IV was canceled and it became the de facto Final Fantasy V. But it couldn't be that in the US because only Final Fantasy had released here. So Final Fantasy IV, I lost where I was. So
I feel like this wrestler doing his promo, but go ahead. Yeah.
I know. So Final Fantasy IV, that was supposed to be Final Fantasy V, became Final Fantasy II. It was also a big hit, which meant future Final Fantasy titles would come to the US, but not before they missed Japanese Final Fantasy V, so Final Fantasy VI became Final Fantasy III. It probably made the PlayStation Final Fantasy VII seem a little off in terms of numbering. Of course, eventually, our missing Final Fantasy 2, 3, and 5 titles would eventually make their way over here in the form of other releases like the PlayStation Final Fantasy Origins, Final Fantasy Anthology, and the Pixel Remaster release of Final Fantasy 3, which is actually the first time an official and authentic version of 3 came to the US beyond the DS version, which was more of a remake. It is crazy to think, though, that despite its early reputation as a Nintendo series, and in Japan having 3 NES games and 3 SNES games, it wasn't until the Sony PlayStation that Final Fantasy would expand beyond 2 NES games and 1 SNES game. Perhaps even crazier that we wouldn't have remastered official ports of all 6 games until the Pixel Remaster Collection in 2021. This letter has no doubt been a lot like the final boss of the very first Final Fantasy game, but perhaps you've seen through the numbers and found some order. Much like the original 4 Warriors of Light, I have faith you will triumph. Yours in this life and the next, Yishtoyaso 96.
I hate that.
Good one.
I hate that.
Yishtoyaso.
All right. Gosh dang it, dude. How am I supposed to make sense of this? Beau, you don't have anything jump out at you right away?
Yeah, I mean, there needs to be like a cap on how long these can be. Oh my god! Because sometimes
huge.
I can like, oh well, I didn't get it when you read it, so I can review, right?
Yeah.
What you wrote, and John posts it. But like, oh my god!
Okay.
Like you all heard it. It looks legally like as it sounds. The word Final Fantasy, the SEO for Final Fantasy. Is off the charts. Like Google's gonna find this letter and present it.
All right. You said original 4 Warriors of Light.
Yeah,
This is
Scott's immediately like, he's tricking me. I'm focusing in on the bottom part of this. I'm not going to read that big paragraph.
Yeah, that one's a beast.
There's no way it's in that big paragraph.
Are there 4 Warriors of Light? That is the number?
That is the number, yes.
Shit.
And they are referred to as Warriors of Light.
All right.
Japanese Final Fantasy, and you're saying Japanese Final Fantasy 2 was Japanese Final Fantasy 4, and I believe that to be correct.
Yeah, but 6. I always thought 6 was 6 here.
No, 6 was 3 in America or US.
I thought they figured all that out first, but I guess
It's
not.
the Magitech one. No, the first. This is correct that Final Fantasy 7 was the first of the proper naming, if you don't count the first one, obviously.
Okay.
This is further complicated fact. Final Fantasy. You even put Roman numerals and read it like you knew what the Roman numerals were, which I could do, but not with so many in one paragraph.
Yeah. That's a lot. We called it free,
It's further
so...
complicated by the fact that Japanese Final Fantasy 4 or 3? IV is 3.
IV is 4.
Was IV? Oh no, you're right. IV is 4. See, was supposed to be Japanese Final Fantasy 5, but got changed when the NES Final Fantasy 4 was canceled and became the de facto Final Fantasy 5. But it couldn't be that in the US because only Final Fantasy had released here. So Final Fantasy 5 that was supposed to be 4 that was supposed to be Final Fantasy 5 became Final Fantasy 2. Okay, I get that sentence.
Also like, we're gonna go through this. We're gonna break it down line by line.
Well, I got to catch your error. It's so like it could just be a little detail, right? It was also a big hit, which meant that Future 5.
Oh, ding! Can I ring in?
Yes, Scott, go ahead.
Says other releases like PlayStation Final Fantasy Origins. That's a recent game. That didn't come with these remade 2, 3, and 5s.
Nope. Final Fantasy Origins is a PlayStation release, and it contained up-res remasters, whatever you want to call them.
Well, what's this guy?
I'm here to kill chaos.
What's that?
That is Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy.
That had Origins in the
maybe.
word.
Yeah.
Maybe it was still did, but okay. Well, then never mind. I shot my shot there.
I will also let chat have their word, because I actually had to look this up because I thought they got me. Which was, is Warriors of Light the correct term? They said they thought it was Heroes of Light. I did go back and look up the original. It does not list them specifically, at least in the opening, as Warriors of Light, but it does list them multiple times as Warriors, so I'm going to say Warriors of Light is an okay phrase.
Okay, so that's not it.
Yes.
There's a mistake in this thing.
It's really hard to find.
Here's what's gonna bug you guys so much. Are we gonna call this?
Well,
we got a lot of show to go.
Bo, do you got any other stabs? Because I'm all out.
Nothing's coming to mind. Like what I read seems to click with me. I can't dispute any of it. So
okay.
Pixel Remaster come out not in 2021 but in 2020.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh,
I don't know.
Wait.
Okay,
oh wait,
Scott?
all 6 games didn't come out with the Pixel Remaster.
Wait, Japanese Final
came out
Fantasy
piecemeal.
4 was supposed to be Final Fantasy 5, but got changed because 4 got canceled. I don't think that's right.
Oh, that is true. Square Enix had an original plan to release a NES and SNES game back to back. And the NES game was going to be called Final Fantasy IV. The SNES game was going to be called Final Fantasy V. They ended up canceling the NES game, and therefore the SNES game became 4 because 4 got canceled.
Okay. I'm out.
Now,
I'm out.
Hang on. I said, okay, wait. They didn't all come. They came out piecemeal for the Pixel Remaster, so they weren't all in 2021.
Oh.
Let me see. Let me check.
I like the cut of that jib.
They came out in 2 waves. They did the first 3 and then they did the second 3. When did the Pixel Remasters come out for the later games? Let me see. Store page.
I think I might be right.
2022. However, let me look at this. Let me look at this. Perhaps even crazier that we wouldn't have remastered official ports of all 6 games until the Pixel Remaster Collection in 2021. This is still a true statement because it was Final Fantasy III in the 2021 release that gave us authentic versions of all 6 games. That is a true statement.
We wouldn't have remastered official ports of all 6 games until the Pixel Remaster Collection in 2021. All right.
Yeah.
But
still
I'm
technically
seeing
true,
here on
but you
Steam,
were
4 came out. It says here.
Yeah, but 4 already existed in the
6.
US. 3
6
is the
came
last
out
one, and 3
February
came out in
2022.
2021.
All right.
Okay. All right.
All right,
I
here's
gave
what
my
it
best
is.
shot.
It was a
fine.
good
Best
guess.
shot.
I had to check. I had to fact check it because it was a very good guess. Here's what's unfortunate. This letter actually tells you what the error is, because the error is that I did say later Final Fantasy in America would expand beyond 2 NES games and 1 SNES game. There was only 1 NES game for Final Fantasy in America. There were 2 SNES games. Final Fantasy 2 American and 3 American are both SNES games. And I do say that in the letter above.
Right.
So the error is actually correctly
Yep. No,
stated
you're right.
above.
You're right. Yeah.
It's such a tiny thing. This letter was mean. I was in a bad mood, and I feel
You're
like I owe
always
you
mean.
both an apology.
You say that every week.
This
fine.
one
It was a good one.
This one feels especially mean. What did we miss? What's in there?
It's a stumper. What do we miss?
Yeah.
I
John.
just told you.
Oh,
yeah, I just told you.
Oh, that was
Wait,
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that is mean.
Scott's like, it's okay. You're fine. You're fine. Wait, that was it?
That was the
two. Yeah, there's one NES game and two SNES games.
Shit.
What's the numbers?
I wrote a completely true, confusing statement, and then I changed one set of numbers. And now I called it a day.
frick. Did chat room
And hey,
anyone in the chat get close, or do they all blow it too? Looks like
No, they were all mad about the letter, as they should have been.
If I saw someone say their brain besotted or something like that.
My favorite comment was, "You lost me at Final Fantasy."
oh man. I mean, you kind of lost me there too
that was
because I don't know a lot
very
about
early
it.
in the letter.
Seriously though, that's like a legacy error for all time. They're naming.
Oh, the whole thing is
Bungled the naming.
the whole
I mean,
thing's effed. Like,
Maybe they couldn't know, like, oh, this will be a global phenomenon years on. But seriously,
yeah, that's effed up. But you know what? I appreciate the adherence to difficulty that John has strived for.
I'll do an easy one next.
He's
week.
the Dark Souls of trivia.
This one was mean. This one was really bad. I will tell you, though, I usually write these either because I'm looking into a series that's relevant in the news, or it's because of something I was watching. I was watching a history of the Final Fantasy series. I didn't know that detail about Final Fantasy 4 and 5. I thought it was interesting, and I decided to build a letter around the naming convention of Final Fantasy.
So this is the box we got for 6 then?
Yeah, that's technically
so
Final Fantasy 6.
Wild to me. I guess I knew this. You know what it is? I played the GBA one. I think that was my first time. And it says 6. It's more like the traditional, box and everything. Yeah, this thing right here. This is the one I played. And by then they were, calling it what it was. But
what's amazing is we've done a very good job to get the titling back on track.
yeah.
Because think about, a lot of people know about all the Street Fighter characters' names being wrong, but that has never been fixed. M. Bison here still means bison. It still means dictator, as they refer to him. But that's not who it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like they've never fixed that.
Yeah.
And, that's kind of crazy to me that they never tried to get that back on track or make it uniform. That has been a oopsie forever.
Yeah. Well done, Capcom. I just heard that 50 Cent is going to play old $50. What's he playing? He's playing somebody in the new Street Fighter movie that got announced. He's playing Balrog. He's playing Balrog, yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of fits, right?
Which one's Balrog again?
He's the one that
Balrog's the one that was supposed to be called M. Bison.
Yeah, he's supposed to be called M. Bison.
Speaking of.
Yeah, that's why it reminded me of it. But I don't know any other casting, but that one I think is locked in. Or he was saying that he's the pick or something. I could see it, buff, thick-looking dude under a hood, getting ready to fight.
I didn't know they were going to do another Street Fighter movie.
Yeah, something got greenlit. Don't remember who's directing. Although I did hear today Villeneuve is our Dune guy, and Blade Runner 2049, one of my favorite directors of all time, is directing the next Bond movie. That's cool.
Really?
Yeah. It's not Christopher Nolan. It's going to be Denis Villeneuve. Excited about that. That guy makes movies I like. All right, let's get to what we played this week. The order makes sense to me now. It's all going to be fine. All right, I'm going to start with a game that I missed because it was a long time ago, and I'm pissed that I missed it because it turns out it's quite good. And that game is called The Messenger. And the reason I got this game was because of the sale. The sale happened, and a bunch of stuff popped on my list that I had on wish listing, and this was in my wish list. But it was really cheap. It was like $6, and I'm like,
oh my god,
what's
it's
going on here?
80% off right now. Holy shit!
Speaking of Ninja Gaiden,
yeah, very Ninja Gaiden-ish. It's about a ninja doing
I have
Ninja
this
Gaiden
in my
things.
library somehow.
Do you actually have it? Oh man.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can pull up a good video of this.
I can see why. It looks like Ninja Gaiden stuff.
Yeah, it's very Ninja Gaiden, although I will say, I think, thankfully, because I don't have time for anything too punishing, this game is not on the high end of the difficulty. It's not easy, and it does ramp up in difficulty, but it's more focused on let's have some cool levels that are fun to get through, and less about let's see how well you do against this impossible scenario, which is a little bit more Ninja Gaiden-like. Let me get to some actual gameplay here.
Also, looks like it has some wild fantasy elements or teleportation elements.
Oh, big time. In fact, he found a secret room. I missed this one. That pisses me off to see this. Anyway, there's a portal you find once in a while, and you go through it. It takes you to this interdimensional store shop owner guy. I think he's going to go in there now. Yep, there he goes. He's going to go in there and talk to him, and that's where you do your upgrades. So you want to upgrade, your health, or you want to upgrade being able to throw shurikens or recover from a hit, or all these different things. There's a tech tree in there, which automatically makes it more advanced than anything on the NES or Super NES or Genesis, which is kind of this era here. I would say it leans heavily 8-bit, but also it has parallax scrolling, so it's kind of 16-bit in some other ways.
I think isn't one of the gimmicks that it switches between the two?
It does a little bit, and it does things with that switch that are not possible on any of those consoles I just mentioned. So there's some modern stuff happening that it doesn't feel like it's wrong to use it. It just you can tell you're playing a game that somebody made more recently. But they're also paying a lot of homage here, and there is a plus or a plus one, or what do you call it? Game plus one. What do you call it when you finish a game and you start
New Game Plus?
New Game Plus. Jesus Louises.
Game plus one.
I couldn't think of the name. But there is a mode when you finish this thing that apparently really ramps up the difficulty and a lot of one-hit kills and stuff like that. So if you're looking for that, your second time through apparently is what that is. I am not so much. I just want a good rollicking adventure, and the price was so good. I was like, I love Devolver Digital games. I like what I'm seeing here. These videos look cool. Soundtrack's great. Like, just a great throwback with some modern stuff, and it did not disappoint. I probably played, this is just last night, I probably played 4 hours last night, just straight. I couldn't stop. I don't know how far I am. I know, it's longer than 4 hours. I can tell you that. And I didn't die a lot. So I think I'm, who knows where I am in the progress of this thing, but I'm about halfway unlocking all of my abilities. And those abilities are, you spend this money that you earn throughout the levels. They look like little flame orbs that you unlock from lanterns and from certain creatures you beat. And then those flame orbs add up to be a currency that you can then spend on your abilities. There they are right there. Anyway, a lot of weird creatures, a lot of diversity. It is not it's not a Metroidvania in the same way that the Ninja Gaiden games or any of those kinds of games back then were, they weren't strictly, backtracky. It doesn't have the Metroid vibe.
Linear progression.
There you go.
For the most part.
Yeah, I can't think of the word for that. There's a little tricky bit right here. Ugh. But that's with an ability you get later, so that helps. Anyway, it's cool. It's really fun. And I just got wrapped up in playing it and not being able to stop. If you're looking for some precision platforming, it's definitely got its share of that. But again, nothing that's so insurmountable that you're going to want to throw your controller at the wall, which I was very happy about. And it's also kind of funny. Plays with the tropes a little bit, especially the little shop owner guy. He's kind of fourth wall breaking a little bit, and that's kind of fun.
This definitely seems what you would call like an homage kind of game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like they're even the way the sword arcs looks like the Ninja Gaiden from the NES era,
Yep. And the way he floats and does the circle or does the tuck, it's very Ninja Gaiden. It's cool, and it's filling a certain void I didn't know I had right now, and it is super cheap right now, so might be a time to jump on.
Yeah,
that.
$5 is a good price for a good time.
Yeah,
that sounds weird when you say it that way, but
Yeah.
It was normally 19 or 24 or something like that. So pretty good deal. Anyway, that game's great. It's called The Messenger. Is on Steam sale right now. Be a great time to pick it up. And then I played a lot more Switch 2 things, mostly more moon collecting in Mario Odyssey and more Red Faction. That made up most of my bedtime playing. That I probably shouldn't do because it keeps me up.
Oh, more Red Faction?
Yeah, I love that game. Game rocks.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Red Factions. A little red friction. I mean, faction.
Oh, well, no, I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, good, because I definitely didn't mean it like that. Definitely not. Anyway.
Red friction seems like I wouldn't like it.
It's very, I wouldn't either, but it's very, very good. Bad. That game just rules. I so many cool things, so many great ideas started and ended there, and I don't get why that is, but I am excited for Donkey Kong Bonanza because it looks like they're taking a bunch of those ideas and implementing them into the mix over there. So that'll be cool. And then I want to just throw out a quick thanks for a bunch of games I have not played yet, but I'm excited to. And it's the following. In Vino Veritas sent me a game called Look Outside. It's a 2D kind of top-down with cutscenes. Another Devolver Digital game, but it's a combination of survival horror and JRPG mechanics.
Oh, wait a minute.
I know. It's very
Hold on.
It's very odd. It's very
Look
odd.
at this game. You
Yeah.
said words that I like.
Look Outside, it's called. And I, by the
First,
way,
I thought you were just threatening me, and now hold on. Now you
and
have
if
me
you're going to play this game, let me just say out loud that don't look outside right as soon as the game starts. Okay? You don't.
What does that not work out for you?
No, it turns out it reminded it reminded me of that game that I still haven't played that we talk about all the time. What's the adventure game that was controversial because some of the people were dicks, and now it's who has the rights now? And
Disco Elysium.
Disco Elysium. The very first thing, the name of the game is Don't Look Out, or is Look Outside. The first thing that happens to you when you wake up in your bed is a voice says, "Look outside," and there's a window with blinking lights, and I'm like, well, mechanically, I think I'm supposed to look outside.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? They've given you no indication you shouldn't.
Everything about this says look outside. So I went and looked outside and died immediately, and it said game over, and I had to start a new save. So they're clearly taking the piss there a little bit, and now I get it because it's kind of the last thing you want to do is look outside. You want to eventually figure out how to do that because something terrible's going on out there, and you're checking your phone. Social media and news all the reporting is that something's up, but nobody knows quite what.
Well, yeah, because if they look outside, apparently it's bad.
Yeah, it's real bad, and you can see the zombie guy's about to attack you. I think he's going to probably fight him, maybe. Yep. No. Yeah, he is. Okay, so then you JRPG into this fight, and you have different abilities. You can fight, do special attacks. He has
your
his
character's
abilities.
name Carrot, or did the person in this footage name their character?
He named him Carrot. You can name him anything. Sam is the default. So I did play a bit of this.
Carrot.
I didn't get very far. So in Vino Veritas, I'm excited to get back to it because so far it's really a unique vibe. And, I hate scary games, but in 2D I can deal. It's not,
You're fine with this. This doesn't get you that bad.
Although there have been some sound choices that have
That-
made me jump a little bit.
Vincent looks rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody looks like they've looked outside.
The art style is strikingly disconcerting, but also kind of cartoony and fun. Look at that. Anyway, this is well reviewed too, and I thought, oh yeah, this looks awesome. So huge thanks to In Vino Veritas for sending me that game. I will play more of that. Let's see, how do I say this guy's name? OtakuNet 21.
Yeah.
Does that look right? Did I get that right?
Yes. Yeah.
He gave me a game called
Net 21.
There you
Got
go.
it.
He gave me his a game called Drill Core. I haven't launched it yet. I'm excited to. It looks like dwarves doing deep down drilling stuff, which I'm
Got
into.
core right in the name. It's
got core in the name.
They should have given it to us for
Exactly.
using our name.
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to that. There's also a game given to me by Cuddlefish called Leap Year. I installed this, haven't run it yet, but I'm excited to.
Oh yeah, that was gifted to me as well. I haven't played it yet.
It's supposed to be, what I read about it is it's a clumsy platformer. And by that they mean if you jump just a little too high, you're going to die. So the whole game is about going, wait, if I jump to that step, then if I fall the other side, that's not that much distance. I'll be okay. If I jump too high or from too far, I'll die. And then I'll restart again, kind of Super Meat Boy style. And so it's this weird thing where the mechanics are actually less about enemies and more about you not being a clumsy idiot. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's what
my day-to-day life.
That's what I read. Yeah, no, it really rang true for me as well. And then Shatterproof sent me a copy of Date Everything, which is that new.
We're going to hear a lot about it in a minute.
Yeah, because I think you played it. So we're going to wait for John because I haven't played it yet. I'm stoked about that one, though, because this is the one with all the Critical Role people. Liam's the one that told me. I hadn't even heard of it until Liam told me about it. And my daughter's playing it with her friend. I've never heard them laugh so hard, ever, in their streams. They were dying over here. So whatever I'm getting into there sounds like fun. All I know is they were sweet talking a piece of cheese or something.
Nice.
And that's amazing. All right. No matter what that's about, I'm all in. So it sounds like finally a dating sim I can get into, and every voice actor on the planet is in it. So that's exciting. So that's what I played this week. John, tell me what you did. What'd you get into? What'd you play?
Well, most of my time, I decided, it was my most anticipated game of 2025 in 2024 when I predicted this.
Yeah.
I need to actually get in, play, and complete Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I need to give it its time. I need to give it its moment. And so I've been doing a lot of that and having a lot of fun there. Although, man, I just get sidetracked so hardcore. I feel like I've done nothing of substance, and yet I've done so many things.
So you go in to put the story forward, but really all you did was go around your boat and use your machine guns to sink other boats.
I just hit chapter 3. I'm the cutscene introducing it into chapter 3. And I'm already the highest pirate rank you can earn via reputation. I've already got an insane amount of money. I've already got so much stuff because I've just been rolling around doing all the side things because it's been so fun putting together my stupid pirate crew. Because it's sort of like they had that Pokemon mini game where you were collecting deviants. It's the same principle, but now you're collecting them to be your pirate crew. So it's like, who's this idiot? Well, he can join your pirate crew if you do something for him. So I'm just getting a bunch of people and putting them on my crew. And then the pirate ship filled up, but there's no limit to who you can go get. So it's like, well, I'll go do this and I'll do this side story. But it's really good. The combat's finally hitting for me. It was a little weird to go from something that is so tight in terms of combat, like Stellar Blade, to something that's as loose as a Yakuza game, because they are really loose with their combat. There's like not even a lock-on option for enemies, and it was just all of a sudden I was just like, oh my gosh, what is going on? But once it started to click, I started doing really well. The two fighting styles for this game are both a lot of fun, and they find good ways to make each of them compelling for various reasons in terms of what you unlock for each of the fighting styles. Majima's a fun character. He does have amnesia. That's not a huge story spoiler. It literally opens with him saying he has amnesia. So you're not quite getting the full Majima, because he's kind of rediscovering who he is. So you're kind of getting a clean slate Majima, but every now and then the Majima you know and love creeps in. Like he saw someone taking, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but he saw someone taking advantage of fans, and he said, "You should be ashamed of yourself. Haven't you heard the customer is king?" And I was like, I know that line. I got all excited. He does believe this. And so there's a lot of stuff like that in there that I was really excited to see. And it's just been a blast playing, finding treasure, putting on rings. I literally have a pair of rings on one of his hands that says S and M, which I got from an adult store. So you equip a bunch of rings for your fighting, and it's this weird adventure where you are an amnesiac Yakuza who's hanging out with a 10-year-old boy that I would say abducted, but his dad came along, so it's not a full abduction. He's hanging out with a 10-year-old boy and his cat, which is maybe a tiger, but we've agreed is a cat. And they're just going on an adventure, a piratey adventure, but people are dying and stuff. So it's so dumb. It's all the Yakuza stuff. Like, it's just, that series is magical. Like, I can talk about it in one context, it'll sound like the most serious story in the world. I can talk about it in another sense, and you think it was the stupidest thing you'd ever heard. It's all those things. I laugh at the footage you're showing right now where you get attacked by a bear, and they literally just put "a bear" in big letters is what you're fighting.
Yep. That's so good.
it's just so funny to me. I love this series so much, and it just continues to be good. But I'm now hitting the point where, like, okay, I understand how all the pieces are coming together and the story that they're gonna tell. Beyond like, hey, we got to get you back to your Yakuza buddies who are busy cleaning up nuclear waste.
The nuclear waste storyline is so. It's so goofy.
Do you think this series ever gets back to like any kind of grim, dark Yakuza crime story?
But it does. Every now and then it does.
Oh yeah, it's totally coming back. I have to get back and play that too. Probably in the third act, it's gonna come back. And
like I will already tell you, they have touched on the why are Yakuza cleaning up nuclear waste. You have to get to chapter 3. Yeah. But they have talked about why are Yakuza doing this? Like, do you really think it's just out of the goodness of their own hearts?
So weird.
So it's really interesting. I'm having a great time with it. Like
cleaning up nuclear waste. Every time I think about it, it makes me laugh. It's such a stupid.
Well, they have a history like post World War II. These guys, the Yakuza, were the ones that stepped up and filled the vacuum of local government when everything was falling apart.
But that's not what's going on here,
right? But what that's what I'm saying though is there are moments in their actual history. There are many years of warrior history where they kick it up a notch and do the right thing for the people.
Yeah,
I'm not.
This was more. This comes out of. This is an ongoing storyline between the games. It comes out of this Yakuza, Like a Dragon, like the 2 games. Because, like, in the current age in the story, I don't know if this is really happening in Japan. I don't know how much of that part is prescient. But, like, the Yakuza are disbanding, right? And, but, like, the way it works, I mean, if you're Yakuza, nobody wants to hire you in Japan. Like, you're just going to be a homeless person. So one of Ichiban's things from the Like a Dragon is trying to help Yakuza get jobs and trying to vouch for them and teach them to be like normal human beings and not violent and weird.
Yeah.
And so alternatively, there's a guy picking up all these ex-Yakuza who don't work in the crime family anymore to work at a job cleaning nuclear waste. So these guys are it's a jobs program for ex-Yakuza members. And Ichiban's games are all about jobs, right? Like you pick jobs for all your characters. So thematically, the idea of jobs makes sense, but you're the good guy doing good guy jobs like cowboy and surfer. And bondage model as another one. And so that's how we say the Yakuza, but like on paper, they're ex-Yakuza on a jobs program. But of course, there are some people who are trying to reestablish the big Yakuza crime families in the background. So right now, the story narrative is like, I guess they're just cleaning it up because Ichiban, kind of solves that. The bad guy behind it, this Bryson guy or whatever. Mm-hmm. In Infinite Wealth. Sorry, I'm spoiling things, but like it bears explaining. I don't think Scott's ever going to play it. I feel like
probably
he needs
not.
To know.
I played a bunch of Like a Dragon, and I have not touched.
You got to finish the games, and I'm not trying to roast you or anything, but you may try them. But I feel like you'll have other games to play.
I got as far as the diaper thing, and
well, you basically finished the game at that point. I mean, that's the best.
Oh
part,
man, you saw a grown man in diapers. You're done.
Whole bunch of them. Walling around in diapers. Rattles. What do you call those things in their mouth? Whatever those are. Anyway. Pacifier. That's it.
Yeah.
But there's still an ongoing storyline there. And I think I'm going to take a page out of John's book. I need to find out, what's going on.
Yeah. It's just so good. And like, it's also, I'm so curious where this is all going to go. I mean, they point out that Majima is 60 years old or so at this point in this game, even though he doesn't look it. And, like, you literally meet other characters. Like, you meet a 65-year-old grandpa, and even Majima's like, you're so old. It's like, well, at this point, he's like 5 years older than you, man. And you're fighting and beating up people. But it's just such a fun game. My wife was in here watching me play a little bit, and she watched me get in just a random, like, walking around encounter, and it always says who you're fighting, and it just says assholes.
Yeah.
And she watches me beat them up, and then she goes, did you just make $90 for beating up assholes? And I said, yeah. And she goes, man, I wish that's how the world worked. It's just such a fun game. And the ship battles, I mean, this is not Black Flag, but it's arcadey, fun, and serviceable. And there's just something about boarding a pirate ship and you've got a ninja and a farmer and a guy carrying a big cannon, and a cook and a lady in a bikini, and they're all, that's your crew that's charging the enemy deck. Is just the most ridiculous cast of characters you've ever seen, but you're all pirates now. It's so stupid and so wonderful all at the same time.
Nice.
So
continue to you'll probably, now that you're on it, you'll probably rip through this, right?
Yeah, I'll probably finish it soon. I've finished so much side stuff. Eventually, I'm gonna just have story to go, and
at some point you got to decide to finish a Yakuza game.
Yeah.
There's always a point in a Yakuza game where you have a talk with yourself, like, if you don't finish this, you're not gonna get to play other things.
What are they jet powering the back of these ships with?
Jets, probably. They don't say, but they're like, yeah, we installed.
Your ship is equipped with freaking, like, I think at some point you get laser rocket.
Yeah, I have laser guns on my ship. Yeah. One side shoots cannons, the other side shoots lasers.
Okay.
You're not going for simulation.
Okay. I assume not, yeah. Like, where are these other pirate ships even? Are they in his imagination or do they exist?
No,
actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think I might have crafted piss cannons now.
Yeah, you piss cannon.
Well, you know how you can gather, what's it called? Do you remember the ingredient you get from
urea?
toilets?
We talked about this.
Urea. Yeah. So it's a rare crafting material that you get, and it's basically piss. It comes from a couple places, but the most common place you can find it in the game for sure is in urinals. And it's a primary component in the cannons that I made.
Okay, I gotta get back to this game. I didn't know there was urinal.
You gotta loot urine. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is about usually in a Yakuza game.
Yeah.
There's items in the toilets. Like
yeah,
you can always find like pretty rare crafting materials.
What a weird effing series, man. So weird.
So yeah. Oh shit! You're making me excited to play this game.
Get back to it, man. It's good. It's so much fun. It's so stupid. I did a dumb side quest where a guy said he could put a VR headset on me and I'd be able to talk to animals.
Did it work?
The stupid tiger I was with started flirting with me, and like I kept having to spend money to keep going on this date with the tiger that I was with, but then you find out it's just the guy trying to microtransact money out of you, and it's all a scheme.
Oh, that makes sense.
You have the big lecture.
Like those AI girlfriends, they're just trying to microtransaction. Yeah.
It honestly feels like it's like Kojima, but humorous is what these games are.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
It's like just weird enough to be out there, but then also you're laughing at everything, which is not easy to do in a game, any game.
I guess like that tone works better when you're like being silly, you're making a point being very funny about it.
Yeah.
But then there's, it has its serious moments. You are looking at a struggling family. You have the guy and you treat him like, the thing that's beautiful about the Yakuza games is that there are a lot of pieces of shit in that series, and they all get treated as human beings.
Yeah.
So you're on a pirate adventure, like I said, with a 10-year-old boy, and his dad's with you, and his dad's an alcoholic, and they establish that he's an alcoholic. And they will call him out if he does things wrong, but they don't treat him like a bad person fundamentally.
Is this Joel-looking guy? Is that him?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. And like, they treat it seriously, though. Like, sometimes it's like, Jesus, he's really, tied one off early this morning. There'll be comments like that. But there's a genuine, like, I don't know where the story's going because it isn't done yet. But they're treating it earnestly and respectfully. And it's the fact that it walks that tightrope of both those things so well that I think is the series' greatest strong point, is that you can go from the stupidest of the stupid to here's a real personal family drama about alcoholism and a divided family and trying to do the best for your kids but not feeling like you can and all of that.
And you're feeling nostalgic or not for turn-based? Like, you okay with this being real-time combat and that kind of stuff?
I'm okay with this being real time. Like the turn-based games I prefer them. I know not everybody does. I prefer them because that's just the type of game that I like. But I enjoy the fact that both exist. I don't think one should get rid of the other.
Sure.
The thing about the fighting games is that they're such a spectacle. Although they're such a spectacle, but like I really appreciate. That's what I like about Yakuza 0. There are people posting like, you just take a guy's head and smash it into a wall, and then kick the back of his head into the wall. But then he's okay. But it's like it's so like over the top, like violent and dumb. But then like no one ever dies. You know, it's just for show. But they've got it's like this one's so graphical and crazy. You know, it's like but I like doing. It's just fun doing those like over the top moves when you get a quick time input. You're like, oh, it's time to do a fancy move. And yeah,
that's great. I'm glad.
And like I said, they make you want to hate them. Like some of the bad guys, like will have like a 3-minute diatribe about why women suck and they should be in the kitchen and only good for being beaten. And you're just like, oh man, I'm gonna kill this guy. And then you do it. Like they.
Well, it's like John said, they somehow managed to do serious things in a world that is over the top ridiculous, right?
They're not trying to be like, oh, we have to have a nuanced story. Would a character like this say something like that? They're like, no.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that's awesome, John. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's the important thing. And I'm guessing that by next week, I'm going to predict next show you've beaten it. That's what I'm going to predict.
Maybe. Possibly. We'll see.
Depends how many more mini games, because also the game unravels the mini games per chapter. You're only on chapter 3.
Yeah.
There's probably a chapter 5 super mini game that you haven't.
I just got Dragon Kart Racing again, and
there's new Dragon Kart Racing.
Yeah, now you get to do it in Hawaii.
Beau loved that, if I remember right.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah. Move over, Mario Kart.
We got Dragon Kart.
Yeah, that's cool. What else did you get up to? Anything else this week?
Yeah, so thanks to Shatterproof, got me a copy of Date Everything, which, as the name implies, is a dating game where you can date everything. The idea is that you work for a company. They basically say, we don't have any use for your position, but we can't let you go without cause. So you're basically in job limbo. They're giving you nothing to do. You're working out of your house, and they can't fire you yet. So you're just kind of killing time. And all of a sudden you get a mysterious package, which is a pair of date viators. And when you put these glasses on, it allows any inanimate object you look at to form into a fully realized person, and you can have conversations with them and talk to them and eventually become friends, enemies, or go on dates with them. And so I'm only just kind of out of the tutorial. Like, the first day is very much a tutorial. They tell you who to talk to, who to see. And I'm on the first day where it's like, okay, you can kind of go do what you want, which that's the interesting part, because it's like you get to pick. So like I went and immediately looked at the controller, which ended up being the whole console, but like the video game controller.
Oh, I see.
Because I was like, what's that? And it was this this cool lady that wanted to like role play a video game with me. And I thought, at first I was like, man, this is kind of that cringy dialogue of what like non-gamers think video gaming is, because it's like changing a lot of generic words that like to just weird alien phrases and stuff, but it ended up being real fun. And then let's see, who else did I date? I dated food. I thought it was gonna be just like leftover pizza, like that's what I targeted, was the pizza box. Again, I thought it'd be funny.
Sure. And you can do that, right?
Well, it ended up just being the embodiment of food.
Oh, okay.
And it was this food critic, and then the food critic and I went to a Japanese restaurant, and we had to critique the food there together. And then literature, the embodiment of literature, I met, and he is really hard not to hit euphemisms with the embodiment of literature.
I'll bet.
I told him that I wanted to fill his hole.
Oh,
and that was not what I intended to say exactly.
Yeah. What kind of a hole?
Well, it turns out that
like a pothole?
the embodiment of literature has never written anything. only ever read.
I see.
And so he was like, it's just a hole in my skills. And I was like, well, let's fill that hole. The other one actually sounded worse. I picked the lesser of the two possibilities. And so, yeah, so you're just walking around finding objects. They become people. They're fully voiced. They've got personalities. And you can interact with them. You don't have to date everything. It's not like it comes to life and you're like, oh, I got to date this now. Mm-hmm. Like, you can make enemies of them. You can make friends of them, and just have like a good conversation, or you can go on dates with them. I think so far, this character who's on Maggie the Magnifying Glass and the video game controller, I think her name's Luna. I think those are the two. Oh, your bed is all right too. But maybe that's just because I already like my bed. I'm like, oh, I could certainly use more bed in my life.
Sure.
So the bed is also great.
I'm with you on that, by the way. Give me more bed.
Yeah. So that's what it is. It's a dating game. It's very tongue in cheek. There's a lot of puns. There's a lot of humor. I kind of feel like you already know if this is going to be the kind of thing you enjoy or not. I don't feel like there's a thing that's going to change it.
There, you have a new friend with you there now. That's her. She's cool. We like her.
Hi, Maggie.
Yeah. I mean, you know this about me. I don't like dating sims at all. It's not interesting to me at all. But this has got like some crazy amounts of like voice actors I really like, and I can tell they're just having some fun here. Like they're dorking around with the formula and still providing a really good quality one of these. The reviews are off the frickin' charts, so it must be good. I don't think that can just be hype around who's voicing things. So I'm looking forward to playing this. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you find anything you'd like to date more than anything else? Like you were like, oh man, if this was real, I'd date that microwave. I tell you what.
No. I mean, like, so far I'm still very early. Like I said, I think the bed and the game console are probably the most interesting of the two, but I've met very few objects in the house.
Those are the two most, like we were saying, they're the most interesting in our real lives. Those two things.
That's what I use, you know, go where you go. Mm-hmm. That's where I go.
Yeah. I like it.
So, the only other thing I wanted to talk about is last week I did mention that I had Final Fantasy Magic cards coming. They're still coming, and I said I was going to stream opening them and all of that. That is still the plan, but they aren't here yet. I actually think when Beau starts telling what he played, I think I'm going to go get some because I think there's some sitting on my front porch right now.
Oh.
Shit.
But the big packs are still on their way. So they aren't here yet. So I haven't streamed opening them because I don't have them yet.
You have to have them here to open them.
Gotta have them. I have some. You can see the commander deck right there for Terra.
Oh yeah, look at that.
But I mean that has set cards in it. There's nothing it's the same thing as what anybody else has. There's nothing really compelling about opening that.
Let me zoom and not enhance. There we go.
Yeah. Well, because I have that fine Gaussian blurb.
Yeah, it's very nice, very professional.
It's very tasteful.
Yeah, like nudes. Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's great. I am excited for that.
Nudes.
So we have an email about that here. We're going to read in a second. Beau, anything from you that's new or different or fun?
No, not really. I mean, basically same games from last week. I've been just liking the games I've been playing. So, Elden Ring, Nightreign. The boss dropped. I've been doing tons of runs. It's actually pretty hard. Is
that how they're treating that? They're going to drop regular content like that? Like here's a boss.
So where we think every week there's going to be a new hard mode boss of the 8 bosses. So you get to the boss and there's like usually a third phase or something different about it. I've only done this new boss, which launched last night once because I was tired and went to bed.
Sure.
But also the servers were down. I played with Garrett a couple rounds and we crashed each time once the hotfix went live for the thing. So it was very, very annoying. But yeah, no, the game was quite good.
Good thing crossplay. You're playing with console people as well. Do you know the PC and console are tied together?
I don't know actually. I think like some of that stuff's a mystery behind the scenes. I sort of assume so, but I'm I'm not sure.
Okay,
There's definitely some wonkiness going on with the servers.
Sure.
And that could be part of it, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm having a good time. I just really like this game. Like I play it every day, and I don't get sick of it. It's something kind of game I'm going to play forever. Because
do you feel like it's like like the staying power's there too? You're going to play it for a long time.
What is fun is it nails the roguelike thing. Like you try as much as possible with your relics, which are very small marginal upgrades before you run out, to like mitigate the chance.
Yeah.
You are going to run around and find weapons. Even if you don't use the weapons and keep them in your inventory, they have passives that help you. Like I've been playing the Duchess, which is I think a character if John played the game would really like. It's like
Well, are you there still? Beau, are you there? Beau, are you there?
Oh, did he just kill his...
You're there now. I moved it around and I hear you again. Are you there?
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. You sound better now, actually. You're good.
Oh, weird. Yeah, so I'm playing the Duchess, which is something that a character John would like. And she has a unique animation set with her daggers, so she's like roguelike. And I have this relic that can make me go invisible if I inflict frostbite, which is roguey. But also, she's very good with magic, so if I find a sweet staff, I can start blasting with like big spells, depending on what they are. So you got a staff in one hand and a dagger in the other, so you do the best of both worlds, mage and wizard. And she has like crazy dodges, so she's also like, if you don't like doing the rolling because you can't time things, you can just spam her dodge. It doesn't burn a lot of stamina, and it's really fun to play. So I'm playing her a lot.
There you go.
I'm sort of the bow guy, the Iron Eye.
Yeah.
Is okay, like a guaranteed good one, but I just wanted to branch out to something else. And the Guardian was, I don't know, it's a tank character. It's
like a witch.
Hard to get damage. But anyways, it's just a fun game. I'm gonna be playing it a lot. And I probably should just do a host special just to do. I get people a lot of questions about it because some people don't really play Elden Ring, but they see that it looks interesting. But
I'd love that. That'd actually be great for me because I would love to just have a dedicated thing around Nightreign and whether or not it wants, whether I want to do it or not.
Yeah, and just like explaining things. I mean, people enjoy that content even if they don't play it.
Sure.
But people have like commented that like viewing it's fun even if they don't play it. Like John has even said.
Yeah, I think it's one of my favorite things to watch people play. It's super fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Is that John? You haven't been tempted yet to pull trigger and do it and play?
No, not really.
All right.
No.
That's wild. I mean, they always
watchability.
Yeah, I mean that's important in today's age that it's as watchable as it is fun to play. But I get that there are games I like watching I would rather not play or just don't have I'm not in the mood for it, but it's fun to watch.
I think it's one of those things too where like because it has the Souls-like aspect, there's like a learning thing. Like that is. So I haven't played a lot of Souls-like, but I played a lot of Elden Ring, and one of the things was just. Each weapon has its own little nuances, and that game has like 200 weapons. So like, you might initially use it and be like, "I don't get this, I hate this," but then like you kind of learn something secret about it, or it has a thing, and you're like, "Oh, wait a second," and then you start practicing with it, and you get better. Like I wasn't big on twin blades at first.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was what John said about it. We talked about it or whatever, but it made me like I thought they were cool, but I'm like, oh, they're not great. But something about learning about how it worked made me realize, oh, these are really awesome. And like, let me try learning to work with it. And then once you learn that you're like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to do this. And I think there's just like, it's like a catnip for me anyways. I think for a lot of people, when you play a game like this and it's like, it can feel bad. Things are poorly explained, but then like you practice with it and then you have the skill expression aspect. So, even though I'm fighting all the bosses, every time I fight a boss, it's like an opportunity to practice dodging properly and get better at it and make your runs more efficient. And, so
cool.
I've been enjoying it a lot. Yeah.
Nice. Anything new in Magic or Valheim? Your other two?
So I've done tons of drafts. I was doing well for a while, but there's this it's not a problem. It's how it works. But like when you start at bronze, because you haven't played in a while, you tend to win a lot if you're okay at Magic drafting. Which is what happened. So I was doing really well, and then I ranked up to platinum, and now I'm like, I suck. So I burned through my gems, which is fine because when you draft, you get collect cards. So I've got a healthy pool.
That's good.
And for those who know Magic, I've sort of transitioned my limited runs into standard for now, and I have a deck I call Cloud's New Girlfriends. So I run both. I run both Cloud cards that are in the set, but instead of Tifa and Aerith, who I don't play with him, I've got Yuna in the deck and Rydia and I'm forgetting one. Oh, and Sarah from Final Fantasy X. It's Cloud and the many women of other Final Fantasies.
New girlfriends,
Yeah.
the new love triangle.
Sure.
Cloud.
You know, they would like him if you could move him around the different games. Everybody would like Cloud. I get that.
Speaking of
Hubba.
hot delivery, here's my starter set.
Oh, did this just show while you stepped away?
Sick.
John, very cool. Look at
There's
this.
the starter set. I got Cloud and Sephiroth in there.
Yeah.
2 ready-to-play 60-card decks is what that advertises. But this is the one that might be maybe a little compelling here.
Yeah.
So I already opened the base box. This is, I don't know, as a bundle. It's just a bundle is what they call it.
Yeah.
But this actually came, among other things, with some boosters. Should we open a booster live on the show?
Open a booster. Let's do it. I want to see it. This is
Okay,
exciting.
Let's see what we got here. Let me find a booster. Okay, look, this one's got Cloud on it.
Yeah, it does.
Feels appropriate for what we talked about.
Might
Maybe
be.
they all have Cloud on it. I don't know.
Full of his girlfriends.
I haven't seen it. Now, I have no idea anything about Magic. I don't know what I'm going to get. Beau can maybe give me some information, but we're going
I
to
sure can.
pop a pack right
All
now.
right,
is
pop
what
and pay.
do.
We're going to pop a pack. $20 in my pocket.
Let's see what we got. All right. Okay, card number 1.
That's
The
exciting.
first card. Robot Warrior.
Robot. What's
That's
that?
a token.
Is that
It's
from?
a token.
Was that
so cards will summon tokens, so you just give you tokens.
Oh, okay. All right.
So tokens.
It's not a card in the collection.
This is not, guys, my first card, not a card.
It's a
There's
token.
a token like in every pack. It's fine. It is a
Okay,
card, but it's not a card you put in your deck. You're not allowed to play
Okay.
those.
Yeah.
My second card, first card, is Baron Airship Kingdom.
That's a
Nice.
land card, right?
No?
Yeah, we know all about Baron.
Yeah.
They're Final Fantasy IV.
Okay.
Right?
Wait, but in America, that would have been called Final Fantasy 1. No, I don't know.
No.
We didn't figure that out
It
earlier.
would have been 2.
Oh, 2.
Second card.
Okay.
Oh, this one's shiny. Is shiny good?
It can be, right?
This is called
It's a foil. It's a foil card?
It's called Eden, Seat of the Sanctum.
Seeds of the seed.
See- oh,
seed.
look at that.
Final
Look at
Fantasy
that.
X. Yeah, it's a foil
that
card.
nice
Nice. You got a
rainbow.
foil.
That's nice. Now, what does that mean, Beau? Does that mean it's worth more? Does it mean nothing?
Often foils are collectible and worth more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to
Foils,
know.
You know, it's just a collectible thing.
So grease that up and rub it around and all that. Make it so it's worth less. Yeah.
I remember this from the game quite well. We got Memories Returning from Final Fantasy VIII.
Sure.
We got Squall. Basically, they're
Sorry,
all
so-
learning that they all knew each other all along.
Yeah, was
Everybody
it-
knew
rare,
each other.
it's a rare card, it looks like. Eh?
Really?
Gold on
So
Oh,
it.
there-
is it? How do I know that? How do I know that? How do I
black,
learn that?
Black is uncommon. Gray, silver is uncommon.
It's
and-
shiny down on this little gold bit down there.
No, that gold. Yeah, I think it's a gold. I'm pretty sure it's a rare, but
So this is a rare card, is what you're telling me?
yeah.
Rare,
You get a
legendary.
you get a rare or mythic rare in every pack, so you're guaranteed one.
Oh, I like this card. It's probably a common card, but I don't care. He's my man,
Yeah. Oh, good.
Steiner.
Yep.
Steiner, the man, the myth, the legend. Steiner from Final Fantasy IX. He is the secret best character of Final Fantasy IX. When I was a kid, I hated Steiner. As an adult, Steiner, best character.
What was why'd you hate? What changed your mind?
Because he was the guy that was like, "Oh, the princess, don't take her."
Yeah.
He was the responsible one.
Is he still? Oh, okay. Yeah, because we mature. We start to relate to these people. I get it. That's great.
This one hurts a little. This is called Ride the Shoe Puff.
I've done that.
Ride the shoe puff.
Okay.
This is basically, well, actually, no, I have gotten further than this, but when I took my first break from Final Fantasy X because I couldn't take anymore, it was at riding the shoe puff. That's where I was.
Okay.
So that one feels like a personal attack.
And your booster pack.
Yeah.
Personal pack. All right.
Okay, we got self-destruct.
That seems like a thing that would be cool to do.
Yep.
It's a fling effect. Yep.
Okay.
That this is from Final Fantasy V. I will just tell you, there are a lot of Final Fantasies that could have been from.
Oh.
But self-destruct. Oh, okay. The Imperial City of Arcades.
Okay.
All right, you got one. That's one of the full art cards.
That's a nice
Yeah, I was
card.
gonna say I like that takes up the whole card. That's
Is that
kind of nice.
significant, Beau?
There's a run of cards. It's actually a renamed card. So if you look under the name of the card, it's like a reprint actually of an older card. So that's the original name.
Oh, the Wall of Omens. It says.
Yeah, so it's like the same card, but they just put Final Fantasy art and gave it the name. There's just a run of like 30 or 40 cards that do that. And it's like from the games, not their own art.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't know why
Yeah.
they did it.
That's weird. but
Crossroads Village.
Yeah.
sure. It's
Well-
where a lot of quests out in the desert.
It's a village. You know, Final Fantasy II, Crossroads Village.
Yeah. Orcs. Oh, not that Crossroads. Sorry.
Lunatic Pandora. What a cool name.
Hell yeah.
That is a cool freaking name.
That's what they should have
Right
called
there.
the Pandora Music Service. It would have lasted longer.
Yeah, that's right.
I like that.
All right. let's
Lunatic
count through this.
Pandora.
Oh, okay. This is one of my favorite Final Fantasy monsters, an iconic monster.
Bring it.
We got the Malboro.
Great card.
Oh, it's a pack of Marlboros are expensive. And they cause cancer.
Marlboro man.
Marlboro.
Oh, Marlboro. Okay.
He's toxic. He's got
And these
toxic.
have all been common so far since the gold one, right? That
No,
was the-
he had the rare. The rare was Memories Returning.
Okay. But
So
that's
you
the only
didn't get,
rare.
Like a named character legendary. It was like a sorcery card.
Are y'all out of cards? You got more in there.
Oh, I got item shopkeep
Oh.
right there. Item shopkeep. She's a shopkeeper. Okay. Oh, I got a summon card. That seems fun.
Okay.
I can summon Choco and Mog.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there you go.
Mog is one of those stupid male
It's
guys.
a Moogle, and they're amazing. Okay.
It's
They
a
got-
Moogle and a Chocobo together.
That's
I got
basically dessert.
two-
Those things
I
are
got
dessert.
Two more cards
All right.
to go.
What do you got?
All right, let's see him.
We got the Scorpion Sentinel.
Scorpion Sentinel sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
first big boss from Final Fantasy VII. Scorpion
Oh,
Sentinel. You fought that.
yeah,
I fought
have
that. We've all fought that.
inside the base or in the reactor thing or whatever it is you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that
its
fight.
flavor text is Barrett, be careful. Attack while its tail's up. It's going to counterattack with its laser.
What
said
you talking
Cloud.
about? says Barrett.
Can't you hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can.
My arm's got a gun. All right.
And then we got a creature card, a Gooboo Gardener.
Yeah.
Gooboo Gardener.
Gooboo Gardener. Gardening them gooboos. Someone's got to. You know, who's going to garden the gooboos?
Yeah. If you're not going to garden the Gooboos,
Then who?
So there you go. That's my first Final Fantasy pack.
Nice.
Beau, how do you rank this?
Yeah, rate all
is it a-
that.
Was it a good opening? Is it a good
I think
showing?
it was a so-so pack.
Okay, so-so.
Yeah, so-so. Albert Steiner's great card unlimited. So is Marlboro. You didn't get any chase rares in there, but yeah, I'd say it's more on the okay side for packs.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
You got more packs to go.
You got room to go.
Room to go, room to
move.
grow. Exactly. You might find something amazing in these next packs, but John has committed that he will record himself or do
Well,
this
yeah,
live.
but
mean,
I just had so much fun doing that. I just kind of want to do it again.
I mean, you could. You could.
Scott, were you enjoying it?
I mean.
No, we're not on the showtime. Scott's got to get out of here at a certain time.
Yeah, I
He can't
do.
just look at
That's
clocks.
true, I do. But I do like the idea of, so whatever John does, I'm going to watch the VOD of whatever he does because I think that's fun. And I think it'd be amazing if you got something super rare and valuable and like freak everybody out. That would be great.
Cloud says nothing.
He
just
says
looks
nothing.
cool.
He says, F off. I'm Cloud.
yeah.
I have Strife in my name. What do you expect?
He says, "When we're done, I'm done."
I'm done. Sephiroth come bite my chode. All right.
Although
As we
definitely
move
got
through
some-
the rest, here's what I'll do. As we move through the rest, I'll open one more and interject if anything interesting.
Oh, excellent. That's great. Because you might just get some real boring
Oh,
condoms.
you can't wait, can you? You're
I
like,
can't.
actually,
I'm
I wanna-
already addicted. There's a reason I got out of collecting cards.
Yeah, there's a reason this is a problem for a lot of people.
Witnessing it in real time.
Yep.
The disintegration of a man.
Well, that makes me want to start with an email in particular. Can I do that? That's
Yeah.
about this?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
We got 3 of these we're going to read today. This one says Magic the Gathering and card collecting is the subject matter. This is Terj, I think is there Terj? Turge? I don't know. He says this, I thoroughly enjoyed the Magic discussion despite knowing nothing about it and having no interest in collecting the cards. What I did find fascinating is the cognitive dissonance evident when $80 for a game is considered excessive, yet $200 of paper cards to be stored in a box is acceptable. This observation is not a criticism, even if John feels compelled to justify it. Everyone is free to spend their money as they choose. It is merely an interesting behavioral phenomenon. Love the show. Turge.
I will justify it.
Do it.
Because I think it's the distinction is very clear. For one, this is a physical product.
Sure is.
It's also a physical product that I am brand new to. So this is my introductory price to the cost of these goods.
Yeah.
So if you've been a longtime Magic fan and you look at the prices of the Final Fantasy packs and you go, they are asking too much, you don't buy it because it's asking too much.
Yeah.
I'm getting in at this point.
Right.
This would be like somebody buying Mario Kart as their very first video game. To that person, video games cost $90.
Fair point.
Video games don't cost $90.
That's
to
true.
me.
They don't.
Because I've been playing video games for long enough to know that that's not what we typically spend, especially for a digital product. Although, to be fair, I think the digital version of Mario Kart is cheaper than 90. But
It's 80. Isn't it 80 in general across the
I
board?
think it's 80 digital, I believe.
I think it's 80 physical too, though, isn't it?
Is it?
Unless you get the bundle gets it you for 50. That's one of the annoyances is that it isn't any cheaper digitally than it is physically.
Well, and that's a big part of it too. This is a physical good.
Right.
Like, this is tradable. I can do things with it. If I get some crazy rare card, I can sell it and make my money back.
Yeah.
If I tried to do that with Mario Kart, Nintendo would shut down my system, and not only would I be out the cost of Mario Kart, I'd be out of Switch because they can shut the whole business down as far as they're concerned. So to me, there's a very clear delineation between the two. Not even a justification. We're talking about two completely different things.
You bought a thing that you now own 100% of and does not require any other device to own it or to use it or to trade it or any rights to trade it.
Yep.
That's a big distinction.
If I want to take all these cards and throw them in a river, nobody's gonna say
Well,
nothing.
also-
Now, to be fair, you could do that with your Switch.
Well, that's
but
true.
Also, in the case of Magic, I don't know what other TCGs are, but there's a secondary market. So, if you buy something on a digital storefront, they're going to lock it to your account because they don't want to deal with trades and dupes and frauds. But
Sure.
that paper stuff holds value. There's a couple of cards in there that I think are north of $50 to $100 that you could open up. I think there's a few very rare ones that there's 77 serialized traveling chocobos that are selling for around $20,000. I'm not saying you're buying it because it's gambling if you're doing that, but a lot of what you open potentially holds value to people who want to have it, like on eBay, and it's perfectly feasible. I mean, I sold 2 Jace the Mind Sculptors for like $300 like a decade ago.
It's not bad. It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted them at the time, but when I was purging my stuff, I wasn't going to throw it all out. I sold all of it. Some stuff was cheaper, but I listed a whole bunch of shit on eBay and got some money out of it.
Sure.
So there's that aspect. Although again, John's probably not going to get so involved to do that, but they do hold value. It is a waste of money. Like all things, money's for like food and investing in your family's future and your real estate and blah 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 blah. So anything you're doing for fun is a waste of money technically, but
Right.
it is expensive. It is definitely on the expensive side, but I can tell you as someone who, how we did Heroes of the Storm and all I played was Heroes of the Storm. There was a period of my life where all I did was play Magic, and I played the odd video game here and there, but 85% of what I did for nerd stuff for a period of time, just revolved around Magic, and I sort of viewed it as like, people who are into golf are going to spend they spend a lot to get their seasons pass at their club to go golfing, and golf clubs are not cheap. So, you're in for a certain amount for your favorite hobby. And like I said, the Magic vertical in particular, there's tons of people who just play Magic. Like, they're not like playing Doom or Street Fighter and stuff. Like, there's a whole competition this weekend. It's actually a game people kind of take seriously in a certain extent. And they may just play this. And so they'll collect the cards, and it is expensive, but A, they'll hold value in the secondary market. Yeah. And B, there is a right way to go about using your cards and spending this money. So your default sort of view is like, I'm going to buy a box of cards. It's going to run me $200, let's say. I'm going to open them up and make decks. But that's a bit of a waste. What you should be doing is going to your local game store, finding people to play with, and drafting. Yeah. That way, as you spend your money, you're also you're competing for them. So, for example, I do that in Arena. I don't put money into the Arena client and just open packs. I play Draft. Draft allows me to win more gems and profit. So my buy-in might be 1,500 gems, but I could win up to 2,200 gems and get up to 6 packs. So not only am I profiting on entry fee, I'm getting the cards while I'm doing it. So you actually stretch your dollar out farther. And your local game store will do events like this too, where like you'll buy in for $20-25, and a portion of that goes to the prize pool, and whoever wins gets a lot more packs, whatever the structure is at your local game store. Right. And that way you're getting more mileage out of your hobby. So you're drafting and not spending a ton because you're playing the game. And then when you open them, you might open a card. It's like, oh shit, $60. I don't want this. Anybody want it? Give me $60. And someone at a game store will take it from you. Online, again, you can't do that. Right. That's why kind of online sucks. And I think the games industry at large looked at the paper trading card market and tried to do that with everything. Oh, we got to have rares and we got to have epics. But that's why they were so trading. We don't want to settle any disputes between people.
They were excited about NFTs for this reason, because you could finally start to apply actual ownership to something with the blockchain. Yeah. Of course, that petered out, but you could see why they wanted to get all over it. They wanted that. They wanted that trading money.
I mean, it's just too bad it didn't work out that way, because not Arena, but Mitgo. That was the whole thing with Mitgo, is that you could trade your cards for ticket value, and cards could eventually be turned into real world value when you cash them in for physical cards that you could sell. Yeah. There's a lot of friction to that system, but it technically you could get something out of it. So it feels on paper, it sounds like much more of a waste when you're like, I bought 200 cards and they're just going to sit here. And I did that just for fun. I picked up some cards and then I realized I don't think I'm playing a lot in physical mode. Yeah. So I'm just going to put a bit of money on Arena and just enjoy my time playing it.
There you go.
But yeah, the paper cards are like it's really actually not it's actually like a higher value proposition than anything else.
Yeah, there's little mogul cards you can use to pick your teeth when you don't have a toothpick handy.
You won't get a lot of money for that one.
Sure. Yeah. Because they suck.
Hey, so the second deck was much better. I think.
All right. What do you got?
What I got. Here's the highlights. I've got 4 highlights for you.
Go for it.
We got X-Death.
X-Death. I don't know who. What's his deal?
He was a big boss in Final Fantasy V, and he flips over and he becomes Neo X-Death, which is pretty cool. So we got X-Death. We got Lock Cole, who is a rogue.
Yeah, you liked him.
Final Fantasy V, right? 4?
6. He's your
6. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's your rogue.
Okay.
Scott, this one's for you, buddy.
Sweet. What do we got?
This is a Scott card.
Hot lady. Oh.
Barrett Wallace.
I would totally go for a Barrett Wallace card of any kind. I don't care if it's rare or not.
I knew you'd be happy. That
Love
one's
him.
going to get Scott.
Love him.
And so this one's got the little gold icon that everybody was kind of excited about on the last
rare card.
But this one is a character and a card I really like. So I'm stoked about this because we have Vana, Heart of Hydaelyn, which also flips over and becomes Heidelin the Mother Crystal.
Oh shit, the Mother Crystal. Oh, I saw this in 14, right?
You heard about it in 14.
Didn't I see her? Somebody
you
turned.
You saw a giant crystal. That's what you saw.
Or am I thinking of?
You're probably thinking of Minfilia.
In 16, actually, right?
Oh.
So didn't somebody?
Yeah, it could be.
Somebody in 16
anyway,
was a
14,
crystal lady, or was a lady and then a crystal lady and got real big. I don't remember. I don't remember how. Maybe I'm mixing
Could have
it all
been
up.
16. But anyway, I'm excited about this. This is big Final Fantasy 14 stuff. So
done.
I'm stoked.
Well
about
done. Look at
that
you.
part.
Yeah, let the current haters of 14's current state be damned. John's got your back. All right. I hear a lot of beef out there right now. People aren't happy with where the game is.
We're it's in an interesting spot right now.
Rebuilding.
They're gonna figure it out. Yeah, it's actually yes. It feels very much like a rebuilding year.
All right, it's like the Utah Jazz for the last 30 years. Fantastic.
Do you want to know the top Final Fantasy cards?
Yes.
For financial value.
Yep.
I've heard Vivi is what I've heard.
No Moogles though. There's no Moogles.
Yeah. So just not counting like anything like weird. So like the $20,000 things. If you get a chocobo with a number on it that says like 1 of 77 or 30 of 77, that's super rare. That's $20,000 in your pocket probably.
That'd be awesome, dude.
So yeah, I'm just trying to look for a good price list.
John, would you sell for $20K or hold on to it until it appreciates?
I would probably sell it because that's money that could help my son and
it's just a
my
piece of
family.
cardboard.
But
Yeah,
like,
because you're Steiner now. I get it. You're Steiner. You're responsible. You get the princess. I get it. That's how you. That's the new John.
that's what you do. I gotta help the kid before I help myself.
Yep. That's good parenting right there.
All right, I can't find a good. I don't know. Things are changing because it just came out, but like definitely VVs. Like if you get a VV, you might get a good price for that.
Nice. How about Barrett Wallace? What's he running?
No,
no. He's,
yeah, you're keeping that one, buddy.
All right, sweet. I'm fine with that. I like me, Barrett Wallace.
Yeah.
He's my favorite. I want a whole movie about Barrett. Side movie. Takes Cloud Strife and his skinny ass stupid sword and all that bullshit out of there. Let's put Barrett all up front. I love Barrett.
guys, this is some breaking news though.
Uh-oh.
While Beau's looking at that.
We need some breaking
I
news
did
music.
get Commune with Beavers.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's insane.
That's it.
Commune with beavers.
That's all you need to know. I now have Commune with Beavers.
You know,
All right.
you might argue I communed with beavers in high school, but that's a whole different issue. John and Beau, let me read you an email. It's a disgusting joke. Let me read this one. This is one from Josh who says, Warhammer and FTL taste great together. Faster Than Light is a classic roguelike. Warhammer is Warhammer. Apparently, they're pretty good when you mash them together. I bet Scott would love this game, and he sent me a link to something called Void War. And just the art alone has me very curious. Also, the review of 91% is helpful. I had not even heard of this. There's a demo as well, so I could definitely check that out. Let's look at a little video. The Solar Empire Burns. Do we have some audio for this? Whoa, look at this. Okay, so basically what I'm taking from this is 40K style. You know, look at those ships, very 40K, lots of tech wizard bullshit. And then you pay, it's basically FTL. And FTL's cool. We like FTL, don't we?
Yeah, I just.
What do you think of this? Look at these ships.
It's more military.
Look at the ships.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, it
Look at
really
the
is.
ships.
It's
You
very
ever seen
FTL. I'll
ships?
bet these reviews are all about like FTL 2.
Even the UI looks like FTL.
Oh, big time. Like how you were beefing up the speed versus shields versus whatever. But look at the guy. Look at this guy. He's like, I'm like 40K, but I don't have the money for the license.
Oh, it's even down to like leveling up the various things, like the battery levels.
Yep.
It's like the same.
Yep. Kind of cool, though. Look at this. You got guys with bolt guns. Damn it.
It is crazy that they haven't done, considering how well FTL did. I respect that they just wanted to do the one, but if they're not going to make another one, then yeah.
Let other people do it. Yeah. Well, I'm actually interested in this thanks to this listener. So thank you, Josh. I will definitely check out Void War is what it's called. Void War. Finally, Travis on pinball stuff. This is kind of a response to something Beau said a while back. It says, you guys were recently talking about modern pinball not having realistic controls. I built a fun size kit with 3 screens and awesome sound, but after a while it was just too much space and too expensive. I made a couple of 3D printed designs to mount to my desk and my arcade cabinet for my video pinball fix. If any of you are interested, I'd love to send you a free copy. Pinball in VR is just good in my opinion. Let me pull this up. I've got a picture of it here. This is some 3D printy stuff that he did. Let's see.
Turn a small desk into a...
Yeah, this is cool. So we can get his $50 plus STLs and stuff. We want to make them ourselves. I have somebody make them. But basically, you put them on a table. You got a screen built in there. He's got WoW on there for some reason. And then you can play these pinball games right there on a desk. Or other games, for that matter.
Oh, they're just controllers, but okay, I see.
Yeah, flipper buttons, all that stuff. I love shit like this. So basically, you made these and made this design. That's awesome. I mean, I'd love to do this. I don't have a printer, so I can't really print them myself, but I love shit like this. So
that's a cool idea. Oh, so this is like 3D printer stuff, pinball machine design.
And he's making, this guy who's under the name Big Pack Rat Creations is making these desk-mounted pinball controller with launch buttons for people for around $50 depending on their desk. Anyway, it's cool. And by the way, there's a ton of Etsy DIY like cool shit going on.
Yeah, I'm just like looking at this other stuff too, and I'm like, oh, so you can 3D print a cabinet. I just see the cabinet, not the rest of the mechanics.
I want this. This is a pinball
toilet handle?
Toilet handle. It's a flipper instead of a handle on the toilet.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Man, pinball. I got to go.
Pinball's great. Oh, this has rubber on it and everything. They've gone all out on this and made it a real...
Beau's all man when he knows he's about to spend some money. It's always really entertaining.
Yeah,
I agree. Always fun to hear Beau contemplate.
Like I said, I don't want to go through the process of building it myself, honestly. I just want it to exist, something that's smaller but quality.
Ooh, hold on. Pinball. Oh, it's a rug. Sorry.
A pinball rug?
Yeah, look at this. It's like an actual pinball machine.
Is it playable?
No, it's not. Just a rug for a kid's room or something. I like it. It's cool.
It's just a rug.
Yeah, there's a Halo 2
really
rug.
Ties the room together.
Temu has a Halo 2 rug that looks like the Halo 2 disc out of the box. I kind of want it.
What?
Yeah, see if I can find that. Halo 2 disc room rug. This is pretty wild. Yeah, here it is. These are it. Let me go to images. These things right here. Look at that, John.
Oh my gosh, that's so goofy.
I think that is so stupid that it's wonderful, and I would want to get all my old favorite games, disc-based games, like Wipeout XL on PS1 or something. I want these all over my house. But I don't trust Temu to think these are any good. I think they're probably bad. Here's the Xbox One copy of the Halo 5 Guardians. That's a weird one to have. I guess your Halo is your Halo. There's original Halo.
That's so weird.
It's very weird. You want a Shrek rug? They got that. Shrek DVD disc rug. That one looks a little shitty. I don't know what's going on there. And they make pretty much anything, I think, you can get. Here's Grand Theft Auto 3 in rug form. I think this is great. I think it's great. It's stupid and great. All right. Well, there's that. Thank you, Travis, and everybody else, Josh, and of course, Terge Tadige for your messages. It's going to do it for today's show. I would like to thank patrons, though. We got some new ones. We got a guy named Ant, like the bug. So that's a thing.
Hey, Ant.
Yeah, hey, Ant. What's up, Ant? And then we got one from, let's see, Heather Gower, probably. Corey Robinson and Travis Peters. I think that's the same Travis that wrote in. I'm not sure, though. Anyway, you guys are all brand new people. Why do we love you? Because now you're going to benefit from getting no commercials or ads for this show. You're going to get pre-show content every week. You're going to get monthly art in the mail from me, game-related, and host specials, like Beau alluded to earlier. He may be doing one soon. John's amazing long one, 2-hour one on Expedition 33 is up now.
That's right.
That's epic.
Yeah, it's real good, and you get all the old ones too. That's the only way you get them, though, because we don't put them outside the Patreon.
That's hard when it's on your own. Like the amount of times my throat goes dry without a break because someone else is talking.
It's hard, right?
Yeah. Solo's rough.
Solo is rough, but it's good practice or something.
Red Faction.
Yeah, it's Red Faction. Anyway, get in there and do that. Maybe I'll do a host special on why Red Faction is where video games peaked. Except I don't actually believe that, but yeah. I do really like it, though. Anyway, if you want to be like them, go to patreon.com/core show and sign up today. Everything else, including ways to contact us, all the myriad of ways, can be found at frogpants.com/core. All you're missing now is this sweet little old lady to tell us what games we played today. Grandma, take it away.
I hear you over there saying I don't remember what they talked about. Well, neither do I, but I got a list and I'm going to read it. The Messenger.
Yeah.
That was what Scott played.
Yep.
That was the game that was like Ninja Gaiden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I say it.
You have a little scroll, and the whole point of the game is you got to deliver this scroll. So that's why they call him the messenger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He also played Red Faction.
Yeah.
The one where you're blowing stuff up.
2008.
John played Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, and he played Date Everything.
Yeah.
And then he talked about Magic the Gathering for a while. So did Beau. He also played Elden Ring Nightreign. If you don't know that now, you're gonna for the weeks to come. And he's still playing Valheim, believe it or not.
Yeah. These are all good
Oh,
games.
yeah, we didn't talk about that. I'm in the Mistlands.
Oh, well done. Good job. You got there. Yeah. And Crofton not dragging you too hard, or you guys doing okay despite him?
Using up all of our resources.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that's perfect. Thank you, Grandma, for catching us up. That's going to do it for us. Big thanks, everybody, for listening, for watching, for being here. I'll be in Las Vegas this weekend. Maybe have some stories to tell when I get back. Who knows? Until then, everybody go play your damn video games, and we'll see you then.
Frog in Pants. If you're looking for something froggy smooth, find more at frogpants.com.
Oh, Jesus.